Good evening, folks. Welcome to Garblag Games. I've just seen somebody in chat go, angry intellectual property lawyers. I'm like, what? What did I do? What?
That sounds like an advert.
Yeah. No. Do you need an intellectual property lawyer? Contact Garblag Games for all your... No, wait. Sorry, folks. Giddy and silly. My name is Millie, and we're here to play some Alien Frontier War. I have got some wonderful players with me who are gonna do some XP. Dan's looking for them. Both Dan's are looking for them. Excellent. Good to see. I've got some wonderful players with me, and we're going to do a thing that we never have done before, which is XP in Alien.
What?
No. Yeah. So before we get into that, why don't we take a minute to introduce ourselves, starting with Prime Garblag. How you doing, Pete?
Hey, yeah, not bad. I am Pete, and I'm playing Cash, who is the Comtech Marine of the party, and so far is quite good at hurting himself rather than doing anything else. He's definitely giving Gordon a wide berth on this next mission. Yeah, absolutely. I think I'm going to go for some more skills with my experience, but we'll see what happens.
Joining us from Beyond the Grave is Dan M, who was previously known as Ranger.
Greetings, my name is Dan. I will be playing Marine Medic Gabriel Knight, and more about him later.
Cause of all the interesting situations last week is Simon.
No, that was Zim. He was definitely the cause of all the interesting stuff. Hello, I'm Simon. I'm playing Alex Gordon, and I have successfully completed my first combat mission.
You even got a kill, didn't you?
I survived.
Oh my!
Do I have to paint like a little marine on my hat or something? I'm going the wrong way. Everything's the wrong way.
Oh my!
This way.
And leader of Operation Blaze of Glory was Zim with Dan. How you doing?
Good evening, all. I'm Dan, and I'm currently still Corporal Zim, but I might be demoted after last week's performance of my fire team. One is dead in some blue and blue action there. We didn't. I don't think we completed the mission. So Gordon saying,
well, I think you blew it up before we could get anything out of it, didn't you? I think you were like,
hey, right one of the orders was to scuttle the ship. That's what I did.
After.
I think the UPP were closing in on us at the time, weren't they?
Well, yeah, exactly. That was Zim's decision there. Yeah.
That was a command decision. So first up, the XP. There are 8 different questions when we go through this. I've shared them with you guys beforehand, but we'll go through them live here with folks so everybody can see how it works, and we'll get used to doing this after every completed mission. And then once we've done the XP, the Colonial Marines campaign has a couple of downtime roles that you can do, and it depends on whether you're going to take a new talent or spend your XP or bank it, depends on which role we get. But the first question is not showing up. That's annoying.
Did you participate in the session?
Did you participate in the last session? Yeah. Did you?
Yeah.
I think we did.
Yeah. So everybody.
Yes.
Everybody gets.
In a positive fashion. Is that the full question?
No, just did
no,
you?
No, just were you there? Okay, cool.
Yeah, just were you there? Second question. Again, I'm so annoyed that it's not doing it. So it is. Come on, computer. Nope, it's not this.
Give me a sec. I'm scrolling.
This is exactly what you never want to happen. Yeah.
Right. Second question is: did you risk or sacrifice something to further your personal agenda? That's the second question.
So did you? Well, so let's start with. All right, Simon, you said you did your personal agenda. So tell everybody what your personal agenda was.
So my personal agenda was to be the baddest ass Marine in the unit. That was my personal agenda. But that was basically it.
You wanted to be the baddest Marine ever.
Well, basically, yeah, I wanted to just blow everything up, just do what I think Marines do, and that was quite a crap agenda. But
No.
Baddest
No.
or badass?
yeah. But essentially, it said, did I risk something to further my personal agenda? So basically, I left my buddy.
Yeah, you risked
I left
Ranger.
Well, I
For
risked
your
Ranger,
Yeah.
and also I left my squad to
Yeah. All right. So we reckon Simon's on XP number 2. Dan M, what was Ranger's personal agenda and how did they do?
I don't think Ranger got close to achieving his personal objective.
Little tear.
Find a dog, wasn't it?
Yeah. We were looking for a new pet for the regiment.
I mean, the one washed up, right?
That wasn't a pet. That wasn't a pet.
Oh dear.
All right. So not for Ranger this time, or ever. How about Zim, Dan? How did Zim do with their personal agenda? No.
He didn't. No. His job was to get his Marines out alive. Thanks, Gordon.
All right. And Cash, what was theirs?
Well, I was trying to provide because they said the mission was quite about getting data and information.
Mm-hmm.
Mine was about successfully retrieving the technical side, completing the technical side of the mission, which I failed. So,
so just Gordon there.
Yeah.
Question number 3. Let's see. Oh, it's working.
How
now.
does Gordon complete his personal agenda? And
you
made us.
No. I didn't complete my personal agenda.
You made us all lose
Yeah, did you
hours.
risk something for
I
your personal
risked
agenda?
something for my personal agenda. So I risked.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Well,
Did you risk?
I would say then Cash did risk something for his personal agenda because he got stabbed up real bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd buy
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
He took a big old because
I'm not going to say no to an experience point.
Yeah.
I mean, you
Stabbed up.
took a hefty risk by staying by the data post.
I was on my own actually,
Yeah.
wasn't
Yeah,
I?
it was
So
risky.
that is
Risky.
quite a risk.
on a
Yeah.
derelict ship, we've seen some weird shit, and Cash was like, "No, I'll stay and look for
Yeah,
this."
yeah.
Yeah. All right, yeah, I buy that. So I've got it to work now. Did
guys
you
work.
risk your life for your buddy PC?
No.
No,
No,
no.
I
mean-
left him.
I mean,
Just
I
ditched him.
ran to Cash when that Gilly Man was around.
Was it a risk of your life?
I mean, if Gilly Man hadn't jumped down the hatch, it might have been.
Yeah. What do we reckon? Zim risk his life running towards Cash?
No,
No.
I don't think I did because I told Ranger to throw a grenade down the hole, so it's not really a
Okay.
risk when you think a grenade's going to blow up the guy that's going to kill you.
Okay. Yeah, all right. Question number 4 then. Did you stand up to or challenge your rival PC?
Yeah.
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 Well, I didn't
I'd
have
go
a
at
rival.
Gordon.
I didn't have a rival to begin with, but throughout the game, the stupid company man became my rival.
It's
Yeah.
a rival
So I
PC
definitely-
though. It's a rival
then-
PC. That's why
then
we
no.
need to pick. Yeah. I know you stood up to the dude, and we had a good old clash with Kent.
I mean, I did tell Gordon to bugger off, but he wasn't my rival at the time, so I'm not going to claim that.
But he is now.
He is
Yeah.
definitely now my rival.
All right. Okay. So
So the corporal was my rival,
uh-huh.
and I disobeyed his order by going with the company man.
You did. Yes. Yes, you did. How about you, Cash?
Gordon was my rival, and I had a go at him every chance I had in the mission.
Yeah. All
I
right.
don't know if does that count.
Yeah, I think so. You also refused to let him help you.
Yes, I
Remember
did.
he said that, and that caused you to
yeah.
be broken.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. I was like, get off.
I will accept that as an experience point. How about Ranger? Did they have a moment with their no, not this.
No, I don't think I got.
Who was your rival?
Yeah. I think my rival was
It was Zim, wasn't it?
Zim.
you
No. My rival was Pete.
Rival was Cash.
Oh,
Yeah.
All right. Who's too nice to Cash? All right. Question.
Cash is too nice to be
Yeah.
horrible to. You see.
Question number 5. We should all get an XP point for this. Did you make a panic roll?
Is it one
Yep.
per panic roll? Get a few
No.
XP for that.
Only just did
I
I
didn't.
have to make.
No, I don't think I made a panic roll.
Yes, you did.
Yes,
you
Yes,
did.
you
Yeah,
did.
No, I didn't. I just.
You made lots of panic rolls.
With the burlap sack. Oh no! Did you actually make the actual?
Oh.
Did we have to fail one, or is it?
No,
Like...
you just
No,
have to
just
roll.
make
You
one.
just have to roll
Yeah,
a
no,
face
he
hugger.
definitely. You definitely.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
roll a face hugger.
No,
Oh, yes,
so
No.
that'll trigger a panic roll. Rolling a face hugger will trigger a panic roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
definitely sure we all
Was
did
it?
that one.
I think
Yeah.
we all did it. I think
We
there was
all-
one,
we
I
all
think
made
there
a
was one
panic roll.
point where you
I
said
only just
everyone
did
had to.
towards the end.
Yeah,
when I
you
got
were
told
pretty,
to.
pretty cool as a cucumber for
Yes.
most of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so everybody will
Cool.
get one for that. Question number 7. Did you make a significant discovery or revelation?
Yes, I hate Gordon.
Project
Yes.
Darkstar.
Project Darkstar.
I did.
Yeah.
I discovered if there was an afterlife or not.
Yes.
That's quite significant.
That is a significant revelation. Yes.
I got my revelation was just how evil and cutthroat the company men are, as I basically watched him turning off life support machines,
Yes.
and I was just like, oh wow.
I thought it was going to be the flashpoint of munitions dump.
No,
when
that's
you
did you
cover
do
it in
no, that's,
liquid
did you,
fire.
That's did you do something exceptional?
Zim, what about discovering the weird alien thing, or you made didn't you make a discovery of the dog
Didn't
tags?
Ranger get the alien land?
Yeah, Ranger was the one who opened the door.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Ranger was
Ranger.
one
Got
of
it in its face.
Who found the skull with the head punch in it?
That was also Ranger.
Ranger.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, I got us across a minefield. That's about all Zim managed to do.
Okay.
That was exceptional, wasn't it?
That,
Yeah,
that
that'll
might
be-
be for the next
That's
question.
later. Yeah.
That's the next one.
I'm looking pretty low on the XP front. It
Yeah.
looks like.
Did you perform an extraordinary action of some kind? So Zim got us through the
I got us
minefield.
through the minefield also without generating any stress for anybody as well.
Yeah, you did
That's
it
true.
really well. It's like, I've done this as a walk in the park, chaps. Are we buying exceptionally blowing up an ammunition dump?
It's an experience, isn't it? That is something
yeah.
extraordinary.
I mean, can we
but
add an extra word after that? And that's exceptionally stupid. If that's the case, you
He
should have
gets
it.
exceptional for blowing it up. I should
Well-
get exceptional dying.
Yes.
Can I go? What about taking out the all the bad creatures in the woodland when I toasted the
All
Toasted
the
some
weird
trees.
vines. Yeah, the weird vines with the
But no, I'm
things.
definitely going for the
Blowing up
the
Ranger.
insane panicking and just vaporizing.
blowing up, extraordinarily
Ranger.
blowing up Ranger.
Yeah.
Cash, anything exceptional for them?
I don't think I did.
I think it's exceptional that Cash survived.
My exceptional dodge at the last moment
Yeah.
on a broken leg and a
Yes.
fractured arm, and I'm like,
I just want to know where you got that little bit of agility from, because you'd felt everything else up to that point.
I know, it's crazy.
Practice.
I'm putting mobility up.
Yeah. And was there anything exceptional for Ranger? Death?
It was an exceptional death.
I think it
feel.
was actually, yeah.
It was.
When it comes to
Everybody was like this, or
Yeah,
so I'd buy that.
I think I was like this.
Yeah, like the Three Monkeys, really, wasn't it? And then the last one. So this one, did you earn any money? And this one,
Well,
this one is the one that's thrown me, because if we were playing like a space trucker campaign or that kind of stuff, we'd obviously like, now we got a bigger bonus, now you got a this, that, and you just get a standard pay in the Marine Corps. You don't really. So I'm a bit like, yeah.
Yeah, we were always earning money.
We all get
so
paid,
were
don't we?
working.
Yeah, like the only other way I could kind of think about it is like Ken, the Weyland Yutani guy, was like, "Hey Gordon, do you want to come and be a private military contractor with me?"
Yeah.
You could maybe argue like if he'd accepted that, he would have earned more money.
What about if they got their pay docked?
Yeah, well, that might happen.
That might be it. Next week we might not have the "Did you earn any money?" question. Yeah. So,
Hey! Some of us will still get paid.
yeah, maybe.
Who knows?
So yes, you did earn money. They weren't paying you by
Yeah.
the hour, but you did earn money.
Mhm.
Yeah. So how many XPs did we all get? Go on, Simon. I know you're ready for this.
7.
7.
Yeah, out of a possible 8, I got 7.
7. All right. And it's 5 to increase something or gain a talent, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
How did Zim do?
Got 4.
4.
Ooh.
So not quite there. Cash.
6.
6. Nice. Ranger, what did they get that you can then give to Gabriel?
Also 4.
4. All right. So not quite there, but ready. So turns out we're going to be doing. Let me scroll. Scooch. Making Marines. Where are we? So there's 2 things that happen when we level up. Where are we? Gosh, you have all this stuff ready before you go live, and then you go live, and it all goes left, doesn't it?
Amen.
Where is it under?
Sound like you're getting in character already.
Okay. So,
Amen, ma'am.
So
I'm trying.
after a mission has ended, squad return to base to recover. It does say and relax, but I don't think that's going to happen. If I'm really honest.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah. You have 2 options. Any PC not spending XP in this downtime between missions instead participates in a squad downtime, and we will roll 2d6 to determine what the squad downtime is. Any player character wishing to spend XP in order to improve a skill or talent spends their downtime studying, practicing, or preparing, leaving little time for socializing with the other Marines. Roll a d6 on the table for a personal downtime event. So, Zim, you're going to be doing a squad downtime because you only have 4 XP, yeah?
That's correct.
Yeah. Cash, are you going to bank these or are you going to spend?
No, I want to increase my mobility
Okay, so you're gonna spend.
because I fell down a hill.
Yeah. Yeah. Ranger, well, we're gonna say Dan, these are Dan's XPs. So is
I'll bank.
you're gonna bank, and then Gordon, we're gonna do some training then, yeah?
Yep.
Okay. So let's see. Let's do the folks who are training first, because we don't just where are we? Come on.
Spending my social time with Ranger.
Yeah. Quietly.
Sorry,
dear.
buddy.
Oh God.
All right. So Pete, is Cash learning a new skill?
No, increasing a skill.
Yeah. So to increase a skill level by 1, costs 5 XP. Done.
Cool. Mobility's now 2,
Excellent. Right.
and they've hopefully a little bit of surgery on my toes.
Yeah.
You know.
Definitely. Definitely. Maybe that's what it is. The physical therapy.
Yeah.
That-
Loosens me up properly. So on the next mission, I'm all ready to go.
limber. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so roll me a d6. Let's find out what happens whilst you're
Okie
training.
dokie. Here we go. 1.
1. The training goes well. That's it. That's all that happens. Your physical,
Okay.
your physical therapy and your stuff goes fine.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Yay.
Simon with Gordon. Are you learning a new skill, increasing a skill, or taking a talent?
I'm going to take a talent.
All right. Learning a talent costs 5 XP. It requires a day of practice and a successful wits roll. Roll for the attribute only. You can make 1 attempt per day. If you are instructed by a teacher who has the talent, your roll succeeds automatically.
Okay. I don't think anyone has the talent.
What talent do you want?
Second wind.
No, I don't think anybody has that talent.
No.
All right.
So how many days do you have? So how many chances do you have?
So you're gonna
1.
I think it'll take you a bit longer than 1 day to heal.
Hey,
I don't know. If it's
there's
1,
very
it's 1.
advanced medical technology these days.
They
All right.
just give you new toes.
All right. So you're gonna get 3 days before you're put in cryo.
Okay.
3 days before you're put in cryo.
That's okay. I've got 1 success on my first roll.
So on the first day, whatever it is you're doing. What does second wind do? Tell us.
So second wind means that when you become broken, you instantly make as if you've been given medical attention.
Oh, so you get back up?
You literally just go psycho and get back up.
Is that the first time or every time?
It doesn't say. You still obviously suffer critical injuries.
Okay.
But it's basically.
Oh, so if they shoot you through the heart, you're still dead.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So you can't get up from a 66 then?
You cannot get up from a 66.
All right, just checking. All right. Okay. Roll me a d6. Let's find out what your personal downtime is.
3.
3. The Marine has a romantic encounter on the base. Your base is the Tambutam. So you have.
So you found the new pet. You found the dog.
You can't say things like that.
No, I didn't mean like like an emotional experience.
Okay.
Yeah, romantic doesn't have to be rude.
Oh no, it definitely was.
All right.
Romantic liaison.
All right, a romantic liaison on base
Okay.
that we probably should not inquire more about. Okay.
It never happened.
Okay, so the squad downtime event for Zim and Gabriel, who we're going to meet in a bit. So each of the Dans roll 1d6. We'll add those two numbers together and we'll find out what's happening in the downtime for these 3 days.
1.
1 plus.
Oh.
Oh.
He may have not had dice available.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry, I had to grab some dice.
Nice. 3. So we get 4. Life on the base is mind-numbingly boring. Yeah, the squad must make its own entertainment without breaking military regulations or getting caught. Okay, so basically your downtime is negligible, which might suit some folks, but will not suit others. So
I think
yeah.
Zim was just drinking some whiskey by Rangers now coughing.
He's in
Body bag.
Body bag, yeah. He's in cryo.
Torpedo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely.
Pouring one out and just been like, for you.
Yeah. 1 for you, 2 for me. All right.
Yeah.
So while we just take a moment to update character sheets, we'll play the other intro, and we'll be right back with Frontier War Operation Deep Shaft. Go. So, when we last played, Ranger was dead. We were waiting for uplift from a Cheyenne back to the Tam so we could relay the mission and get some medical aid, possibly court-martial Gordon, and so on and so forth. So where we start is basically the 3 surviving Marines, and you're all in individual, like really basic style office is basically in front of you, a big screen with a camera over the front, and then a Marine, like a metal chair that's welded to the floor. And like almost like a prison door behind you, like shut, kind of closed. And once you arrive on the Tam, because there's a casualty in your squad, you're literally escorted by your staff sergeant from the Cheyenne to these rooms. Has anybody had a death on mission before? Is this a new thing for you, or is this something that folks have had before?
It's probably not new for Zim.
Okay. How about Cash?
No, I had that close call where I saved everyone with my special jack, but apart from that, I
Okay.
think we're pretty standard.
So this
was my first mission.
Oh, okay. So for Zim and Cash, this is like probably not as intimidating as it seems. This is where you're going to give individual debriefs. This is like the start of the inquiry into the death of a Marine on mission, and basically the the big black screen in front of you, it's like a mother interface, and it kind of scrolls up with the voice of the computer generated voice. This is basically, in your own words, describe, provide a mission report. And so we have this, maybe a scrolling camera across as it goes, as it goes one face into a wall into the next one, and you're all like recounting the mission. I imagine there's a bit where like Gordon jumps on the chair and does this or something because he's as relaying it, and maybe there's a moment where like Zim has got his hands on his chin looking kind of remorseful, and Cash, what are they? Are they like?
I'm holding my foot in the air and pointing at the toes.
Yeah.
Like,
Like, you've probably had a bunch of drugs. They probably, like, at least provided medical assistance kind of thing.
Yeah.
And you're all asked to give this statement. And then it sort of, like, collates for a moment or two. And it asks further questions. Like, please state the nature of the casualty. Please state the events after, please state your actions, your immediate actions, kind of thing. And it just probes, and in some cases it asks the same question again, but like 3 or 4 later to see how you get. Maybe if Zim has done this before, what it's you'll know it's sort of scanning for things like literally you both using the same phrase. Like, have you all clubbed together to off Ranger? And you've all got the same story. Like, it's looking for those two similar consistencies or massive inconsistencies. And it's like, at mission time, such and such and such, kind of thing. At mission time, such and such and such, that kind of stuff. Simon, how does Gordon take this mission debrief, this after action report?
I think he thinks like he's like failed because he basically just freaked out, and he definitely thinks something was there. He definitely thinks he saved the squad because he thinks whatever was there was going to kill everyone, and he had no choice. He really does think he didn't have any options other than to just and I think he thought that if he hadn't have pulled the trigger when he did, he would be dead.
Okay. Do we all tell in our after action report about the weird monster thing? Do we tell them that we saw that? Gordon doesn't.
I think Zim said no. Zim said don't talk about the body.
Don't talk about the weird monster thing. Gordon.
Ranger doesn't say anything.
Ranger.
It's just a body bag in a room.
Ranger's quite literally chilling.
Too soon.
Too soon. Gordon, do you tell do you tell Mother that you saw the company man switching off cryos? No. No.
Don't. It's like was it Fight Club? You don't talk about company man.
You don't
And
talk about Ken.
and you don't talk about weird aliens.
All right.
They're like the 2 rules of being a Marine.
All right. So at the end of it, I think it says, please remain while other members of the squad complete their after action report. And so you're all sort of stood there unsure whether you've said too little, too much, who's waiting, what Mother is collating, who's going to read these or understand these reports and that kind of stuff. And then it says, mission after action report classified, and it then gives you a list of an order number, and it's DV 27E 721. Please do not discuss the details of your mission with anybody who does not have a DV classification. And so it literally tells you can't share the details. And then it says, it shuts down. It says, please return to your barracks. Your commanding officer will be informed shortly. while the squad head off and return to their barracks, what is let's see what Gabriel's doing. So somewhere else on the town, in the medical, maybe.
Most definitely. Yeah.
In the med bay. Maybe you've just finished bandaging up Cash's foot. Tell us what Gabriel's like. Tell us about this Marine.
Gabriel is a 2-year Marine into his service. He recently renewed his contract. He is a Marine medic, and he is on his recent application to go into Marine. It's like full Marine medical training to become a nurse has been accepted. So he's on his last 6 weeks rotation before he returns to Earth.
Yeah. So somebody, one of the other crew in the med bay, they look around. They go, "Hey Sarge, where do you want me to put the bandages? Look, we've got some mission to box up a stuff for Mac. He wants a lot of it sent to the front. What do you want us to do with this?"
Well, let's get it into the appropriate containers and get it away.
All right. I've also found, like, I didn't realize we had this box of stims back here. I think they got missed in the last count. Should I declare it?
Yeah, we'll declare it.
And he looks at you a bit like, fuck, kind of thing, and goes back into the...
Declare it, Marine.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. Yes, Sarge. And he heads back into the...
So Gabriel's sergeant rank, his sergeant rank, so he's like, if the regiment or the company was in the field,
mm-hmm.
he would be running the first aid station kind of
he'd
thing.
be running the field medic tent, wouldn't he?
Yeah, exactly.
So he'd be doing triage and...
He'd be running the triage center, basically.
Yeah. So it comes with a
That's
rank.
the extent of his command.
It comes with a rank, so you can literally shout at all the other, like, "I want my soldiers seen first. Get lost.
Yeah, exactly.
Get lost, Corporal. Take a seat." Yeah, so that kind of stuff. So it comes with that kind of rank. There's a lot of the folks in the medic and the Marine Corps, the medic corps will, and so you've kind of found here on the town, because they know you're going to ship back to Sol. Your duties have sort of dwindled to, like, inventorying bits, taping up broken toes, because they want you to come back as, like, a full-on qualified nurse with all the knowledge and stuff. So there's a load of downtime for Gabriel to read the medical books and study for the tests and practice this and that. So there's plenty of time for him to sort of get stuck in with that and do his schooling. And everybody you found in the med bay, they're, like, really excited. There's not the same sort of, like, shit talk about it. This is, like, fucking brilliant, Gabriel. This is going to be amazing. We'll have you back in 18 months. No.
Especially as we're a bit short on the ground for
Yeah.
medics and whatnot after losing a base.
So everybody's, like, incredibly supportive for him to get this done. Everybody's really excited that he's only got 6 weeks before he musters out to Sol and goes back to Earth, back to Camp Pendleton to do some more training. After the first day, where maybe Gordon, what have you been doing, Gordon, on this first day with that back on at the town to acquire your talent? What is it? Have you got into a fight with someone? Have you had a bit
basically I think because I took quite so much because I took quite a lot of damage from basically being flamed up. So I think he'd probably have quite a bit of, like, scar, like almost like burn tissue and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I imagine that, so I think it's more that kind of the way his body reacted,
all right,
kind of to it. So I think it's more that, in the sense that it's kind of like he perhaps already had, it was already in him.
It's already in him, and he just took a moment to
Yeah,
realize
it's like the fact that this has happened. You know, when he got toasted,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, and he was there ready. You know, it was literally, you know, as soon as he stood up, he was as ready to fight as he was before he, you know, got blown up, and he was just like, you know, and that was kind of it, I think.
Okay. So there is I guess for Zim maybe a nervous day of just kicking around in the mess area, in that kind of stuff. There's also like an unspoken duty that needs to be performed. Somebody needs to go into Ranger's locker and make sure nobody puts any rude stuff, any porno mags or vids or stuff into the box to return to his family on Sol. Does Zim take it?
Zim would definitely do that. He's the fire team leader. He feels mildly responsible, even though it's definitely Gordon's fault.
So that afternoon, Zim goes through. Do we find anything terrible in Ranger's locker? I mean, he was an ex-con.
Yeah, so there would have been some contraband.
Okay. And he had a secret stash talent as well.
He did, yeah. So
Just imagine in his locker now, just full of like loads of stuff.
Maybe that's where the strings came from.
His contraband would have been things like expensive stuff that you would get from the tuck shop, you know, chocolates, magazines,
right. Okay. Yeah.
all that kind of stuff that he could then sell
around. Okay, so there's a few packs of smokes, some real like high proof, like, cheap vodka, that kind of stuff, and then some good quality like I know Lieutenant Casados likes this brand of coffee. I know Staff Sergeant Simborski likes this kind of sweets, this kind of candy. So I'm going to have a little stash of them. And then also like porn and shit.
Of course, he's a Marine.
He's a Marine. You stick out here for age, unless you're Gordon, who doesn't need it.
Yeah.
So there's this maybe moment where, what do you do with the contraband, Zim?
I mean, so you're saying there's like some bits in there that the higher officers, Ranger would have had it for them.
Or at least so he could sell to other people to gain favor. Like, hey, staff, I've got this candy for you. Please don't put me on the last watch tonight. Kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, Zim doesn't really approve of contraband, but Ranger was a member of his squad, so what he's probably going to do is label up the bits that he knows that the higher officers like.
Mm-hmm.
He's just going to put from Ranger on it and leave it in their offices.
Just leave it on the mess table or something?
Yeah, just leave it on the officers' mess table. And
Okay.
it just says from Ranger at their normal seats.
Nice.
And then I'm going to bin anything else that would be normal contraband or whatever.
Well, there is another tradition that he could follow. There would be like an auction. Like you'd auction off this stuff, and the money you would raise would then be sent to Ranger's family.
Oh, then he definitely would do that. Yes,
Yeah?
absolutely.
So there'd
yeah.
be like a big old...
He'd still dish out the officer things because he knew that Ranger had it for that specific reason.
Mm-hmm.
And then he'll auction off the rest of the stuff to get the old kitty to send back to the family.
All right, make me a command roll.
Ah, ha 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 ha. I actually have some command.
Uh-huh.
Here we go.
Oh, you've just been given a reroll as well.
I'm definitely going to use it here if I don't get anything. However, I do get 2 successes.
Okay. So you raise... it all gets raffled off. You cajole, bully, and shame some of these Marines who are trying to get some of this contraband, this dirty stash, into paying, what do you get, 2 successes? $600, which is about another month and a bit's worth of Rangers pay. In a combination of Weyland Yutani sticky bills, credit transfers, and that kind of stuff for it. And then you next opportunity, set up a message, forward it back to Ranger's family on Sol.
That's great.
Excellent. All right. On the second day, Lieutenant Casados sends, like, Corporal Zim, my office. She doesn't come and get you, but she sends an order for you to turn up to her office.
And Zim, being the good soldier he is, will turn up straight away.
Yeah, turn up on time, ready.
Early.
Early. Yeah, she makes you wait.
Of course, I can imagine I'm about to get my hit. Zim is a Marine of some many years' service, and he absolutely knows his arse is about to be chewed a new one. So he's there, full gear, like full fatigues, like proper dressed.
Proper dressed.
And he knows full well he's being made to wait to make him feel uncomfortable. Zim doesn't feel uncomfortable, but there's a reason why he's still a corporal. I mean, he's a war hero, but he's still a corporal. There's a reason why he's still a corporal. And he doesn't necessarily always get on well with command.
Well, yeah, there's that weird sort of opposite. Like, those who are higher up really like Zim because he's got this medal, looks good on the books, gets, like, saves lives, that kind of stuff. But people close to you are like, nah, with you because you don't necessarily, like, the save lives, that kind of stuff does not necessarily always come with mission objectives achieved.
Yes.
All right, so the door is opened. In fact, there's probably some sort of like meh.
There's probably an aide that's sitting there, isn't there?
Yeah. Maybe it's the staff sergeant. So the staff sergeant is like, Marine, corporal, get your ass in there, move, that sort of like chase you along, make you move quicker kind of thing.
Doesn't need to. Zim, as soon as he's like knows he's going in, he's in, gets in, salutes.
Yeah.
And waits for the at ease command.
Yeah, it doesn't come for an uncomfortable, like, 5 minutes.
Again, Zim probably knows this is all just, like, more, like, sort of, like, officer, I'm angry at you, so I'm going to make you...
I'm pissed. She doesn't... Yeah. She's looking at, like... She's got her back to you. She's stood up behind the desk. You can see she's, like, looking through something. And she turns around. She says, at ease, Marine.
And Zim's like... Yeah. And stands formally, arms behind the back, legs
proper at ease.
Proper like shoulder width apart now. But
I bet she could get the ruler out and like measure it. Like he's done this so many times.
Yes, absolutely.
And she looks at you, and she throws like this file she's been looking at. She throws it down on the desk. It sort of spatters, pages spill out, and you can see that there's only it's a full like letter piece of paper. Every single line of it is just blacked, like redacted kind of thing. And there's maybe like a word or two and unredacted. And she's like, the fuck am I supposed to do with this after action report? What the fuck did you do on that planet? Why is my warrant officer dead? Why is my Marine dead? Why is my dropship blown up? Don't fucking answer that. You can't. And you can see she's like, the fuck am I supposed to do with you, Zim? Once she's got that out of her system, like the absolute tirade,
Zim didn't flinch or move or do anything. Just stood there at ease, waiting for a real question to come.
Yeah, knows not to respond to any of the questions. And then she probably has some sort of like I call them PowerPoint clickers, like remote control for a TV.
Yeah.
And she clicks it. She goes, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this, Marine? And you see behind you, up on the screen, it's a communication from Weyland Yutani. And it's got the Weyland Yutani logo on the top. And it says Legal Department, notice of, what would he call? Notice of grievance and misconduct and invoicing. And she gestures over her shoulder, and it begins to do that thing, where you see in the Aliens, where it just flicks through bits and pieces. So it talks about a removal of Second Amendment rights of unauthorized personnel, endangerment, destruction of personal property, destruction of Weyland Yutani property, conduct unbecoming, and it lists like, it's like top level. This legal department has just went down every single line to do it, and she's like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with that?
Well, ma'am, perhaps next time don't send a company man.
Do you understand when a company man says, I have orders from General Vaughan? What you say is, please provide authentication, sir, rather than Give me your sidearm.
Ma'am, he drew that sidearm and automatically pointed it at the back of one of my Marines' heads. I was not letting him wield that on the ground. He was more dangerous with it than without it, trust me.
Do you know what I can't do, Zim? Is verify any of this with body footage, after action reports, your verbal reports. All of it's fucking classified. So all I have for my record is this fucking legal request and summons and letter of invoicing from Weyland Yutani. What the fuck do you think is going to happen now, Zim?
Well, I don't rightly know, ma'am.
And she just puts her hat, like, she's like, I'm going to have to duck you and your squad pay until this is covered. And she kind of clicks through, and it's like $4,000 for a pair of boots and that kind of shit. And she's like, where the fuck is this man's pistol?
In storage, ma'am. Would have been put in storage as soon as we got back.
Yeah, we're going to box it up. We're going to take it back to the bastard.
With all due respect, ma'am, we also probably should be paying for his clothes or his boots. The fact that he chose to wear expensive items of clothing to a planet covered in mud, that was entirely his fault. I told him before we left to put on a pair of proper boots, not some fancy pants boots.
The listing here for the items he's bought, they're Weyland Yutani level jungle warfare. It's what they put their dog soldiers in. They're ape soldiers.
Well, those boots didn't last very long, I can tell you. So if I was one of their dog soldiers, I wouldn't want to be wearing those. Give me a proper Marine pair of boots any day of the week.
Well, unfortunately, he doesn't work for the Marines. He works for Weyland Yutani. And now the Marine Corps is replacing them. And she is just like...
Well, with all due respect, man, most of those problems with me, I will shoulder the burden of repaying Weyland Yutani. It's not my Marine squad's fault.
It's already put in. It's all coming out. Next 4 paychecks are going to be docked. Between you all. And she just sort of like shakes her head. She says, if we weren't so far away from Seoul, this would be a whole inquiry. This would be a whole level of paperwork I just don't have.
Well, with all due respect, ma'am, do you even know what they were sent us down there to do?
No, because it's classified.
And I was specifically told that I could not talk about this with any DV or lower.
I understand, Zim. What's going to happen now is I'm going to lose my squad. Half of it's already been requested by General Vaughan, and the other half is now just being, well, I don't know what we're being. I've been reassigned to HQ Company.
I'm afraid I can't say any more, ma'am. It was not, all I can say is it's not the mission that was posted to us. That's all I can say.
And she shakes her head and she says, following this, Mother's advised that you should be returned to a Lance Corporal. Command of your squad is no longer yours. You have no squad to command.
I expected that to happen, ma'am. It's not the first time I've been busted down, and I'm sure it won't be the last.
And she just sits there and she's just like, she takes a seat. And she looks at you and she says, Zim, just do the missions. Just do what the brass want. Please.
Ma'am, my job is to get down, do a mission, but also get my Marines out. And that is priority number 1 for me always. The companies may like to throw us around like we're nothing, that we haven't got the dollar value of their fancy pants shoes. But I'm sorry to say, ma'am, the Marines mean something to me. They've always meant something to me. And I'm not letting my boys die for some PDAT crap. You weren't down there, ma'am. It was a shitstorm. And that company man, had he not been there, we would have got the job done. Had we known what we were going into, ma'am, we would have known and we would have got the job done. But we didn't know what we were actually going to do. The job we were going to do was nothing to do with what we did. And quite frankly, I'm glad I scuttled that piece of crap ship. I hope I took down the guy who hurt Cash, and I hope that Gordon feels right fucking rotten about getting his friend killed.
And she sits back in a chair and like whistles out and she says, I appreciate at your level, Zim, that's your priorities. But do you remember Fort Nebraska? Do you remember when the UPP bombed Fort Nebraska and Ariarchus with the face of the fucking moon? Did you not think any of the intel in that UPP ship could have been used by General Vaughn to find the fuckers that killed the rest of our units? And then maybe we could have used that to an advantage? Operational security is not something you get to dictate to anyone. If General Vaughn decides an operation is to be secret until you get to the location, General Vaughn fucking decides only to give the orders to a corporate hack, that's her orders. If you get the opportunity, maybe you can take that up with her, but I don't think it would go well.
Well, ma'am, you know me. I would quite happily argue the point of Marines' lives with anyone, be it general, lieutenant, or otherwise.
And she just looks at you and just is like, dismissed.
Yes, ma'am. Been a pleasure. Salutes, and then leaves.
While Zim is having a command discussion, Staff Sergeant Zimborski finds you, Gordon. Basically, right, remember that drill sergeant that you had, you hated?
Yeah.
Almost in like such a fashion, like move, and he's like drilling you down to the weapons storage. And in this room, you can see a huge like table. This is the table where they strip, right? Yeah, being a smart gunner, you'd be very aware of this situation. When you get there, you see this table. There are about 80 incinerator units on it.
Right. Okay.
He brings you up to the table and he's like, "What is this, Marine?"
It's an incinerator unit. It's 80 of them.
You are gonna spend all day, as long as it takes. You're gonna strip, clean, refill, and replace them in the armory. And if even one of them isn't up to my standards, you're gonna start again. Do you understand me, Marine? Do you understand me, Marine?
Yes.
Yes, what?
Yes. Sergeant.
And he's like, "You're going to get somebody else killed, Gordon. You need to pay attention. This is not a game." And he looks at you and he's like, "Move, Marine!" And basically Gordon spends the next 2 days stripping every single incinerator. You can hear people down like the corridor laughing and like maybe Zim doing the like, "All right, this is the Ranger Memorial Auction. Come on, gents. Come on, ladies. Open your wallets. Stop laughing. Who wants to, who's going to give me $100 for this prime piece of very sticky looking, that kind of stuff down the corridor?" And you're just there just stripping. Maybe it takes you the whole of the second day. The staff sergeant comes back very late, and whether it's there or not, he goes, "This is wrong. Start again."
Okay.
And he just makes you. That's all Gordon does for 2 days. Just it strips incinerators, puts incinerators back together, puts them on the shelf, refills that. Just a day of that. At the end of the 2 days, once Cash's rehab is done, they've built you a new tow. You can. They have the technology. And Zim I guess with the other corporals, there's a bit of you're back to a lance again. How long's this going to last for? Are you ever going to get back up to Sergeant Zim?
Hell, probably no. No, absolutely not. But it's because I won't do as I'm told all the time.
No, just like there's a part of it that's like, do you want us to? Look, I could get my squad to go down to the armory and just give Gordon a good kicking if you want.
No, I think Gordon knows what he's done. That's on Gordon's conscience.
Look, I'll have a chat with some of the other NCOs. We can make sure, nobody will be around if you want to do it.
Oh, as much as that would be enticing, I think I'm in enough trouble as it is.
Yeah, and then there's drinks and there's so on and so forth.
Yeah, I kept one of those vodka bottles for all the corporals, so we could all have like an NCO sort of drink and basically celebrate me being busted back down to Lance Corporal again.
I'm in charge of you now, Zim. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
All right. On the start of the 4th day, there's a whole of the TAMB as mustered. You're all there all together in the hangar. Lieutenant Casados is there. She calls the whole room to attention. Well, actually, Staff Sergeant will do it. Calls the whole room to attention at ease. Marines, there has been a change of plans. The TAMP is to regroup on the front lines. We have a lead on the borderland bombers. We're going to the front lines, guys. We're going to war. And everybody's like, yeah! That kind of stuff. And then she looks at you, Zim. And she says, Lance Corporal Zim, Private First Class Cash, Private Gordon, Sergeant Gabriel, you're on house sitting duties. Dismissed. Everybody get ready for the cryo. And everybody filters out. It's like the last meal before you're going to sleep. All in your shorts.
I'm gonna body check Gordon on the way out.
You know what I mean? Do you need to roll a dice to see if you fall over?
No, it's all right.
Well, that's strength 4. I'm not.
A weakling.
Yeah.
Can hit you with his cane. He's got, Just
Hey.
No, I don't have a cane, but it would be nice to.
It's a sword stick, all right? No.
Yeah, yeah. So you all like last meal. Everybody is like, "Where do you think we're going? What do you think we're going to do? What's going to happen?" So on and so forth. The 4 of you. Well, actually, no. I guess Gabriel would probably muster with his normal medical corps. Medical guys. So the 3 of you, the last ones in your 8-man squad set of cryos.
Are all the others? Did none of the others make it?
Well, no. So 4 of them, the other fire team in your squad, still hasn't come back from wherever General Vaughan has. So
Well, they're in some serious shit then, aren't they?
Kellerman, Crow, Mannix, and Corporal Gibbs, who now is default in charge of your your squad. Because Zim has dropped down to Lance. So those 4, they haven't returned back from General Vaughan's, whatever she has reassigned them to. So you all go into cryo. Gabriel, you are awoken from cryo sleep. And as you wake up, you realise nobody else on your... Nobody else in your section, in your cryo area, is awake. And there is
Gabriel sits up, puts the sunglasses and hat back on.
Yeah.
Has a look around.
Yeah. Everybody's asleep. All the everything is fine. But one of the monitors is like Sergeant Gabriel report to Mother for briefing, which is a bit odd because normally you would get your briefing from someone like the Staff Sergeant or Lieutenant Casados or Warrant Officer Roy, who's probably in a cryo tube somewhere nearby anyway because he's
a few cryo tubes.
Well, no, you could bunch them into one.
In a sack.
Yeah, in a sack. Yeah. So yeah, it's like report to Mother for briefing.
All right. Get out. Stretch. Put some pants on.
Yeah, good plan.
Head down to see Mother.
All right. So when you get there, you punch in like your ID. Mother brings up SOS received from Weyland Yutani facility Sonderdatch Mine. All unassigned personnel to attend for search and rescue. Following personnel are reassigned to the USS Hella, and then it lists you and those 3 fuck-ups that just came back from O'Bannon's world. You know the USS Hella, that's a medical frigate. You might have trained on that. It's like if you do triage on planet, that's normally where you're triaging people to. Do you stay on planet or do you triage up to the clean medical facilities? They'll have drop pilots and that kind of stuff, Cheyennes to ferry stuff. So you're aware of the Hella and the crew and that kind of stuff. And it's not unusual for that ship to have been assigned search and rescue kind of stuff. It goes on to give you a little bit more info. Let me see if I can find it here. There we go. It's going over everybody's heads. Mission parameters: assist civilian coordinator Ishigara K, and then a Weyland Yutani identifier. I broke it. I'm sorry, folks. There we go.
She's back.
We're back. Mission parameters: assist civilian rescue coordinator Ishigara K, Weyland Yutani ID. Minimize USCM casualties. 8 USCM personnel on site and MIA. Minimize civilian casualties. After that, minimize. Yeah, because it's the third parameter. After that, it tells you auto prep of APC and Cheyenne underway. Revival for reassignments underway. Dropship pilot revival within 30 minutes. Rendezvous required within 2 hours. The US TAM returning to FTL within 3 hours. So you've basically got 2.5 hours to get your shit together, get off the ship, and get to this SOS before the TAM returns to FTL. And you can see it's now like offering you, do you want to watch the SOS or wait for a full briefing? Do you want more data and that kind of stuff? And it's just offering you, as somebody in charge of a squad, do you want the mission details? What do you want me to do with them? Is basically what Mother is saying.
I see the SOS.
Yeah. So it's a video signal comes up. You can see a woman in it looks like an office, a control room. You can see banks of screens, a little bit like Pete's background, kind of behind her. Yeah, there we go. A little bit like Pete's background behind her. Let me see. And she is where is she? Come on, scroll.
Can I just say it's very cool? You've got the text scrolling on the screen.
It is. Even though I then got it over my face.
Ow.
Yeah, that's fine. This is General Manager Cassandra Mystery from the Weyland Yutani Mine, Sonderdatch. We've had an explosive event in the basement of the mine. We think they've hit a natural gas pocket. We need medical and any assistance possible. There are miners stuck down there. We don't know what's caused the event. We don't know if there are survivors. I can see send help. Please, we're not equipped to deal with this. This is Sonderdatch General Manager Cassandra Mystery putting out an SOS on all frequencies, and then she goes through it again. In the packet, you can see that there's a map of the mine and some details about the facility, like the location. Where
I'm assuming I can transfer all this to.
Yeah, you can download it to a PDAT. The TAM Mother is prepping you an APC, which will have a command station in. That bit that Gorman sort of sits at. And you can, if you want,
I
play
better
it
go
over
and wait
again.
the crew.
Yeah.
Wait the Marines.
Yeah. So I guess Mother asks, like, shall I advance the revival process for Zim, Cash, Gordon? And you just go,
Yes, Mother. Thank you.
yes. Do you wait in their barracks, their bunk, while they revive? Do you stand ready to shout at them when they wake up, or are you gonna like just send them a message, alert them via?
I'll be up waiting for them.
All right. So after it takes about 30 minutes to revive someone from cryo. The three of you wake up, assume you're in the right place, and then there is the medical chap at some point is gonna appear. Like
Zim's like clicking everything and sort of all ready.
Morning, Marines.
Are they still not back?
Yeah, look over at the rest of our fire team's pod. There's a sergeant guy talking to us, but we don't know him, so we're not really listening to him at the moment. Hey, where's the rest of the fire team? Hasn't still come back yet.
I still don't know a word. Morning, gents.
Sir?
Up and Adam.
And like the lights are still quite bright for him, and he's like, Sergeant Gabriel?
Yeah, Sergeant Gabriel isn't really a shouty sergeant. Up and Adam, Marines. Time to go and earn our pay and get you some redemption.
And then like Zim looks over.
Shoot Gordon a glance.
Yeah, as he says that, literally everyone goes, "Oh God damn!"
Go and get my gear.
Gordon doesn't
everything
look
on.
at any. Gordon doesn't look at anyone.
Down.
Gordon is like since everyone started treating Gordon differently, Gordon just doesn't look at anyone.
Oh.
Just a smart gun hanging on the wall.
Yeah.
Just a smart gun.
So what are we doing up, Sarge? I assume you're taking on the role of leading the fire team now.
Oh, yeah, you've gone mute.
You've gone mute.
You're mute.
You've gone mute.
And for this one, gents, Mother has assigned all unassigned personnel for a rescue op.
Ah, Gabriel, aren't you supposed to be going back to Seoul?
I thought we were on house sitting duty.
House sitting duty translates as
As
unassigned
unassigned.
personnel, Cash.
Yeah. Sorry,
Yeah, it's not quite there yet.
Oh man,
Well, look,
Gabriel,
gents,
I'm sorry
we
you got
gotta get
dumped for this one.
our asses and elbows on gear, yeah?
Yes, Sarge.
A
Yes,
dropship
Sarge.
and APC are being ready for us and getting the pilot up now.
Sorry, Sarge. Do we know where we're going and what we're doing?
Yes, we do. I'll pass this information on to your PDATs.
And Zim has a look and goes, "Are we planning to go down in the mines?
Probably.
Because if we are, I suggest maybe some basic rebriefers, sir. Because if they have it in a natural gas pocket, we don't want to be going down there without having fresh air to breathe."
I'd suggest some climbing equipment as well.
Mm-hmm.
Have you got access to the stores, Marine?
Well,
Sure have, Sarge.
unless it's been revoked, yes, sir.
So,
Go find out.
so we head down to stores. We head down to see what we can get. It is all kind like they won't just let you jolly through stores. Mother has I guess auto-picked, sort of like auto-pick stuff. You are going to be issued with MK.35 compression suits, some harpoon grappling guns, 6 med kits. Mother suggests that you swap out your pulse rifles for underslung incinerator units.
Straight away, like Zim looks at Gordon and goes, "Nope, hell no, smart gun only."
I've already taken it off my character sheet.
It's like, no,
I've removed the
never
M4,
using that again.
I've removed it from my
And then
character sheet.
Zim looks at his pulse rifle, and as this has been Zim's pulse rifle since passing out, he cleans it, he looks after it. It's been a bit customized. And he's like, "No, every Marine a rifleman, and every rifleman a Marine. I'm not going anywhere without my pulse rifle."
I'll put mine on the side and pick up the harpoon gun.
Yeah, so you've got two. There's 2 harpoon guns. You can have that and an incinerator or a pulse rifle if you want. It's up to you. You don't have to.
I'll have an incinerator.
You have an incinerator. We've got the 2 things. The fact that Mother has given you compression suits either leads you to believe that perhaps the mine is not necessarily on a fully atmosphere processed planet, or potentially that there is some sort of natural gas or inhospitable atmosphere down around there. Mother hasn't really provided much here. You assume that it's because it's like, let's go kind of thing. As you're sort of piling this up, there is like a 1 hour till dropship window countdown timer on almost every screen that sort of comes along. Does anybody have a point in pilot?
Nope.
No.
No.
But I do have agility 5, which means I can at least potentially roll well on it.
So, as you are getting ready, where is she? There's Casadas. There's Roy. There is a dropship pilot on the Tamb, a bus driver, if you will. Lieutenant Eckhart, dropship pilot. She kind of over the comms. She's like cuts in. You hear her. This is Lieutenant Eckhart. You want to get this fucking wagon on my bird?
Hey, Eckhart, is that you?
she laughs. She says, "Zim, aren't you
Hey.
dead yet?"
Hell no, I'm Lance Corporal again though. Hey, some things never change, right? Don't worry, I'll load that truck up on your bird. Don't worry about that. I'm on my way.
Right. We've not got time. I've got to be down and back before the Tamb leaves orbit. I'd like to get this done as fast as possible, please, Marines.
Yes, ma'am. You know me. I always like to please. And then Zim just goes running off towards the bay.
Yeah.
So
Let's move.
According to the mission brief,
Yeah.
where's the medical frigate?
It's going to be in orbit around the planet. The planet is called Independent Colony Planet of Grandy Domes in the GJ1230 AB system. As you read through the extra data that's in the PDAT, like the files that Mother has collated for things like info about the stuff. So it's an independent colony, but Weyland Yutani leases a sulfate metal mine called Sonderdatch from it. And because they lease it, they also have they also pay for a bunch of infrastructure and hire the people who work there. And provide work, but the colony, because it's in the borderland region, is an independent one. But because they're working with Weyland Yutani, and apparently there are 8 Marines on there for some reason, you guys are going to do a bit of rescue on it.
Is there any information about the explosion?
Mother doesn't have much details other than that was included in the in the SOS. It looks like a work shaft setting a second shaft broke through a gas pocket and caused some kind of collapse in the lower mine. Dozens of miners have been unaccounted for, and 8 Marines were on site and have not been heard from it since.
Reduce civilian casualties.
The Hospital Corps frigate Hella is en route. So if it's not there when you drop, it will be there shortly. And you're to rendezvous with the rescue coordinator, Mr. Ishigara, who will have a Weyland Yutani rescue team there.
Excellent. What could go wrong?
Nothing. It's going to be a beautiful rescue mission, and you'll all get medals.
I'm very paranoid now. And my personal objective is going to be to discover the real cause of the explosion.
Okay. Sure. Personal agenda.
All right.
Find out
This
what
just
happened.
popped into his brain. He's like, no, it's going to be another mission that's more than it seems.
Anybody
These
else?
Weyland Yutani bastards.
Anybody else updated their personal agenda?
Zim's personal agenda is get the mission done.
Get the mission done. Okay.
He's in a lot of trouble and he probably needs a win right now.
Yeah. Gordon.
Mine is risk my life for the squad.
Okay.
Oh,
It's a brilliant personal
Yeah.
agenda. And what is Gabriel's? Get out alive?
6 weeks till retirement.
Yes. 6 weeks.
I'm too old for this shit.
Got till he gets to medical school, so he's going to survive. He might show a picture of his girl from his wallet as they go down.
Oh, don't do that! Don't do that!
This is my girl. She's been waiting for me.
I'm gonna get to see her again when we're on Earth. When I'm back on Earth.
She's had a baby while I'm away. I have never seen my boy.
If she's had a baby while I've been away, it ain't mine.
Yeah. When Dan sent me that, when Dan said that, I was like, "Oh, he's gonna die, Dan. Why you do this?"
I think your exact words were, "Do you want me to kill you?"
Yeah.
Do you know what? I feel like Dan's character might have a personal agenda, but I think Dan has a personal agenda of I'm going to get every character I create dead.
Yeah.
All right. So Eckhart, she's like, all right, prepped and ready to drop. Get this wagon on board.
And Zim's going to drive it on board, or at least attempt to.
Yeah. No, you could drive it on board. We're not. There's no like. We're not in a combat situation. We're not like. We don't need to make rolls that. You can do a 78-point turn if you want to get onto the to the Cheyenne kind
With
of
an APC.
Yeah.
In a
Leaning out
confined
the-
cargo bay.
Yeah. Your breathers have a supply of 6.
Okay.
Okay.
Anybody got a motion tracker?
Yep.
Yeah, it's a supply of 4. That's a standard battery for them.
Yep.
Anybody taking anything else sort of off book?
Got probably extra water rations again, as I did last time.
Sure.
I'm assuming the M50 suits replace our M3s.
Mhm. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm not taking a flamethrower.
You're not taking incinerate. You're taking your smart gun though,
What?
right?
I'm just taking my smart gun. I'm not
What's
taking incineration.
NAPRO leave?
Nap relief is the thing.
It's exhausted, isn't it?
Yeah, it stops you needing sleep.
So I've got my NAPRO leave. No, so I've got 5 NAPRO leave, and 10 never sleep pills.
Oh, okay. Nap relief is something else. Let's where is
Isn't one before and one after the exhausted condition? So
pharmaceuticals? Nap relief reduces stress to 0.
oh wow.
Oh,
Handy.
wow.
However,
However,
if you take lots of it immediately reduces the stress level to 0. Overdose of nap relief can have an intoxicating effect. Each
Yeah.
dose beyond the first in the same shift gives a -1 modification to all agility-based rolls until the end of the shift. And with pharmaceuticals, there is always a chance that you become addicted to them.
Yeah. That's called character development.
Yeah, there's always a chance. So,
Okay.
and then what was the other one? Never sleep?
yeah, never sleep.
Never sleep. Stress level +1 per dose. But where is it? Never sleep. Fast-acting supplement that keeps you going well past your bedtime. Excessive use can lead to stroke or heart attack. Each dose increases your stress level by 1, but removes the need for sleep for 1 day. During that day, you cannot relieve stress.
Oh, so take one and then the other, and you're all right.
No, you can't relieve stress. It won't work.
Even through pharmaceuticals, right? Gotcha.
Yeah.
You'll just be on this weird high-loading thing going on.
Yeah.
Uppers and downs.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. So yeah, you've got your dose and six extra med kits.
So I'll hold them, I suppose.
I'll take one myself.
I don't mind.
All right, one for Cash.
Someone might run off and leave us all alone with all the med kits.
I also have a surgical kit as well as.
Yeah.
I was going to say, if anyone was carrying the med kit, surely it's the sergeant who
I've
is.
got med kits and a surgical pack.
But if there's 6 med kits, someone doesn't need to carry 6 med kits.
Well, they're not
we
big,
can
are
have-
they? They're like little pencil.
Yeah,
clips.
they're like things. We can have one each. Therefore, if we get split up,
Oh yeah, I've definitely taken it.
I
I
can
thought
patch my toes.
I've
It's
definitely
for
got a med
the
kit.
miners. It's for the people who are trapped. I mean, you've also got your own med kits, like your standard issue kit. So you got your personal med kit, and then these are an extra
Oh, I
6.
don't think I have one.
Yeah, no, all Marines is part of your basic
All
kit.
Marines is part of the
Yeah,
basic
it's in your
Marine
Oh,
basic
okay,
kit.
sorry.
Yeah.
So they
Sorry.
don't. So yeah, you might have used it on O'Bannon's world, but now you'll resupply like your kit.
Oh, okay, of
will
course.
refresh-
Yeah.
So
Gotcha.
just, like
gotcha.
they'll.
Okay. I'll let Gordon carry all those med kits then.
Okay, the extra 6.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice. Okay.
Watch how he gets himself blown up now with all the kids.
Gives them all to the Weyland Yutani guy.
Yeah. So Eckhart, you drive in, you strap in the APC, you hear the back of the Cheyenne close, and then there is a buffeting as you hear Eckhart. She's like, "All right, prepare to drop," and that does that in 3, 2, 1. And then heads down. You feel the buffeting and the dropping as you head through Atmo. All familiar stuff. Is Zim fall asleep again?
Zim falls asleep.
Yeah. Somebody wake up Zim. Yeah.
Can I draw on his face?
Now Zim's too aware of, even if he's asleep.
I don't think I'll be able to reach you anyway. I'm in my roller coaster ride.
I'm cleaning my gun because I haven't had time for several days.
No, you've literally just been cleaning all the yeah. All right. So whilst you're in the APC, you're not going to be subjected to any of the atmosphere because it's sealed. It's fine. But as I guess Gabriel will see it, but you guys can probably also see the screens. You get like atmospheric data. So outside Sonderdatch is a low G planet. It's outside of the mine and the settlement. There is no atmosphere. It's completely airless. You're going to need your compression suits on, and at best it's -10 on the surface. It normally drops to about -120. So those are your sun's out, it's on us, we're at -10. We lose the sun, we go around the planet, it's -120. Unless you have 0G training talent, whilst you're on the surface, because of the low G, it's -2 modifier to any agility or close combat rolls because of the low gravity. Yeah.
Yep.
Because we're jumping.
You're
around.
off balance.
Yep. Unless you're a belter, in which case no. Wait. As you look at the sort of topography and the kind of dropship cameras, you can see that the moon is just covered in canyons and craters. This grey-looking rocky place, and as you come down, you can see that about 6 or 7 kilometers away from where it looks like you're heading are these big domes, big like glass domes covering a settlement, covering a small city. There is like this dirt track that you can see between 2 of them, and as you're flying down through Atmo, you can see that it looks like trucks, like little wildcat trucks. There's like a small sort of convoy of them, all sort of heading towards the same direction as Eckhart is flying the Cheyenne. When you get close to where they're going, you can see that there is this the mine, the location that you're heading to. It is on a ridge, on a hill. There is a huge building which you can assume is will be the mine head. Next to that is a refinery. There is a landing pad. There's a couple of outbuildings, and then another place that looks like a big long warehouse, like pretty huge, which is probably got like Sonderdatch painted on the roof, so you can see as you come down, you can see the name of the place. As Eckhart is bringing you in, you can feel the dropship hovering, and you hear her over like the loudspeakers of the dropship, like, back away from the landing pad. There will be no access to this dropship. If you don't move away, I will open fire. And then she obviously clicks on the internal comm. She's like, "Don't worry, folks. I'm not going to shoot them, but they don't move. I can't land." And as you look out the camera, you can just see there's about 20 people, all in their compression suits, all in their their outside suits, all huddling, all moving around the landing pad. She gets on the microphone on the speakers again. This is not a rescue ship. We are dropping troops for search and rescue. We will not be taking anybody away. Back away from the airfield. And you can just feel like the Cheyenne hovering as she's trying to. She's like
Zim goes on to internal comms. Hey Eckhart, I know it's harsh, but how far out is the heli that's supposed to be picking these people up?
I don't have any details on that, Corp. Lance Corp. Sorry, Zim.
Oh, that's okay. I just thought if it was near to orbit, you could pick them up and drop them off before you went back. But I know you got to get back before it goes to FTL.
And she
Boss, you want me to go out and encourage them to clear the pad?
Well, Sarge?
Look at Gabriel.
Yeah.
I think we all need to consider that we might have to do a jump off rather than the step off.
A roll off.
You're gonna leave the APC on the dropship and just fast rope it?
Oh, just
Hey Eckhart, do you
get
remember
low
that,
over the
you
road
remember
and
that
we'll roll
move
out.
we pulled? Oh, God, it was a long time ago now. Where you left the ramp just barely touching the pad, and I'll roll the APC straight off into the crowd. Hopefully they'll move.
Touch and go? Is that all you want to do? You think that?
Yeah, we'll do a
let's
touch and
do
go
it.
with the APC. Just pull us away
go.
and just put the ramp down, and I'll as we drive off, the crowd should move away.
Can you drive?
Of course I can drive. Well, that's debatable.
Eckhart says
What do you
no.
need to drive?
It's piloting.
Piloting in agility.
No.
I've got good agility.
Oh,
so
sorry.
Yeah.
I have a point in piloting.
What's your agility look like?
Oh, it's only 3.
So my agility is still higher than your piloting, but with agility. So yeah, Eckhart, do you reckon we can pull that off?
She says you're gonna have to do some good maneuvering. You're gonna if they try and rush, you're gonna run them over.
Well, let's hope they don't rush.
She's like,
May I remind you that our overall objective is to reduce civilian casualties.
Well, yes, that's.
Well,
it's only the
just
third.
minimize.
It's only the third.
Yeah, well, I mean, hey, Sarge, surely a giant metal APC driving straight towards them will put them. Maybe we can fire the gun in the air as we come out as well. Just
Just
make
fire
sure.
the turrets.
Yeah, just get them to walk backwards a little bit.
Yeah.
But don't let Gordon do it.
You're wrong.
Eckhart, you might want to announce our roll off.
All right. So you feel a shift in the Cheyenne as it's like just doing a loop to get the tail in the right position over the shout. Go on, sorry, Simon.
Do you want me on the turret gun?
Absolutely not.
No.
I was joking about shooting as we came out. So Zim kind of like throws himself into the driver's seat and straps in.
Okay. All right.
And before he pulls off, he goes, "Hey, Eckhart, I owe you one. Next time we're back, I'll buy you a drink."
She's like, yeah, I think we're on about 6 now, Zim.
Hey, who's counting?
Good luck, Marines. Get the job done.
She is, boss.
Yeah. Save lives, all that shit. And then you hear her over the tannoy. Back away from the landing pad. This will be a touch and go landing. An APC will knock you the fuck down. And she's like, all right.
I like Eckhart.
Yeah, she goes, 3, 2, 1, Zim out.
2 successes.
I was going to say, if Dan rolls a critical failure and then kills the entire party.
Yeah, I completely missed the drop thing and just drive us off into the canyon.
No, you do it. You land upside down, but on all the civilians. So there's a mass casualty.
I get 2 successes.
All right, cool. So
And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the extra success to almost turn the APC as we come out to block the ramp so that people can't run past us.
Oh, like a handbrake to like.
Almost like obviously you can't pull it off in a giant APC, especially in the alien APC, which is
tank.
about half a centimeter off the ground and would not be able to drive over rough terrain. No. But I'm gonna like kind of position it so they can't run on as we come off.
Okay.
So I'm basically using it as a bulwark to basically push the crowds back.
Yeah. All right. So so that happens. We feel like a sudden acceleration. Everybody swings one way. And then suddenly, like there's the stop. You're all in the harnesses. Bits of the like pens or whatever are loose, and the APC sort of fly and scatter around for the sudden acceleration and the G's that we pull, and we stop. And then you can hear on the outside of the APC like boom, 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 boom. Come on, man, let us in. We need to get out of here. Boom, boom, boom. Just loads of people like scrambling and shouting and bashing on the door. Come on, you can't leave us out here to die, kind of thing.
Is there like a little con that can speak outside?
Yeah, there'll be some sort of what am I trying to say? Tannoy loudspeaker, public
address system.
Public address system. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, there you go. There's definitely one of them.
Step away from the vehicle. We're about to move.
You hear them like, "Let us on, then. Don't leave us here," kind of thing.
But spin the wheels. Spin the wheels.
This vehicle is reversing.
Yeah.
Zim gives it a little bit of a rev. And he turns like, "Hey, Sarge, if this is just a simple mine search and rescue, why are these people begging to be saved?"
Well, because the entire mine shaft collapsed.
Yeah, but they're not in the mine shaft.
Not now.
Has the colony, is this dome been compromised?
There's no dome around here. These are all like airlock kind of buildings.
Okay.
Let's meet up with a corporate rep and find out what's going on.
Okay. So from the I didn't put the picture up. Okay, we'll get the picture ready for next week. From the mine, there is the service building, which is down a path. It's actually not that far from where you are. It's probably only about 100 meters from the landing pad. You want to like drive the APC off the landing pad, park it near the service building, and make entrance.
That would be the plan.
Okay, yeah.
But it's just like, so Zim like goes onto the Tannoy's one and I was like, "Hey, ladies and gentlemen, we're making our way down to the service bay. If you could please move aside and get yourself back inside. It's dangerous out here."
Yeah, I will need a command roll.
Yeah. Command roll. I got one success.
All right, so you warn these folks, make some revs on the APC. It moves away, and you hear like people like they're literally like swearing at you, and they're not happy, but they back off, kind of thing. And you can see on the video cameras on the surveillance set you've got on the APC, there's about 25 folks there, all in various compression suits, and they're all sort of looking at the Cheyenne leaving, looking at you heading down. Some of them are on stretchers or in wheelchairs, kind of thing, and they're all like ready to pounce on the next ship that arrives. They're gonna rush it, kind of thing. They're in that kind of mode. And I guess Gabriel has seen similar sort of situations when there's been a like people are just panicked. They just want to get out of Dodge.
I can tell you now that this is not going to end well.
Pretty sure out of character. That's what you said last time.
Yeah.
It's Zim's catchphrase.
I got a bad feeling about this one. So the service building, which is next to the mine head, the main shaft, the cage, and the lift that will head down, we drive close to it. As we get close to it, there's a raised conveyor, like a big old, it looks a bit like an aqueduct style sort of thing. And you know, this is what they're going to be chugging minerals, whatever there's come up from the mine. It's just going to be chugged across into this next big building, which is the refinery. We head down there. You can see that there are some folks still leaving the mine, the mine head entrance, these big, huge double doors, look big enough to drive the APC. So it's possible. It looks potential as you drive close that you could drive the APC down some way into the mine. And as you kind of look around, as you come past it, you can see that there's like power loaders and like big old skiffs. That's what I'm looking at, and things like that head into there. You can see that there's a sign towards the office. And as you get close, there is, it seems like a familiar face, but it can't be a familiar face. It's an android that has Roy or Bishop or he's got that face, and he's literally doing like the, hey, I know you're Marines, and he's waving to you. Like to gather your attention. You drive.
Let's go see what he wants.
Yeah, we head out.
Yeah. Yep.
Prepping me smart gun.
Yeah. So this chap doesn't have a compression suit on because he's a robot. We know this. He doesn't need one. He has a mic, a radio of some kind, and he says, "I'm Mine Controller Gibson. I've been sent here to meet you." And then he stops, and he says, "I've been instructed by my manager to inform you the Colonial Marines will not be needed here, and their presence is unwelcome." And then he stops and he says, "But now I've got that out the way. Please follow me. I can introduce you to Mr. Ishigara."
Excellent.
Just to say, all the compression suits have wireless helmet cams that can sync to mobile or stationary monitoring systems.
Mm-hmm.
So they've all got really cool stuff,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
especially as we're in an APC that.
Yeah,
Shall I
That
stay in
can
the
receive.
APC?
So we're not Mark 50s, are we? We're Mark 35s.
Oh, we're Mark
Yeah.
35s.
Yeah, they're
Oh, right,
better
okay.
armor, so they're armor 5.
I see. Wicked.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll read the one below it.
The last line is basically, "This suit sucks."
Oh,
If
right.
if the choice is a Mark 35 or the cold of space, shut up and suit up.
All right, wicked.
Yeah.
Wicked.
Kent probably has a 50.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Not that
they're state of the art.
Yeah, Kent probably has a Mark 50. This guy, so Gibson, if you see him again, you're just going to shoot him, right? Just gonna. Gibson, he leads you in. You go through like a workshop, and then there is an airlock, and then you're into like an office kind of environment. You can see that there is it's not an office environment. So it's like a big canteen, like lots of long benches where folks sit down and eat. And then there's a set of stairs up to a mezzanine, and there you can see above is like obviously some sort of office environment.
So Zim's going to say to the Gibson, hey Gibson, why aren't those people in here where it's safer?
We have advised them to remain inside, but they think they will get to the front of the evacuation queue if they are closer to the dropships.
Well, what they're going to do is get themselves dead out there.
We have advised them.
This is the
Okay.
problem. Okay. All right. Well, let's keep us moving.
He gestures to up the stairs. He's like, "Please, after you." And you get up to a room. It's a nice big office area, and you can see it's obviously used for monitoring like mining outputs, systems outputs, personnel. On it, you can see that there's like a bank of surveillance videos and lots of stuff to monitor power supplies and air supplies and grav plating and things like that. All around the mine. There is one chap in there Mr. Ishigara, and you can see he is he's got his own terminal, he's got his own sort of laptop style thing, and his own set of radios and that kind of stuff, and he's talking to somebody. He's like, all right, well, how long is it going to take you to get down to planet with the excavation equipment? And he's like, and then Gibson, the robot, the synthetic, he says, the Marines that we were advised are here. And Ishigara is like, oh, great. Is it just you?
Yes.
Have you brought excavation equipment or tracker dogs or motion detectors or what have you you've done this before, right?
What you see is what you get, I'm afraid.
And he just looks like this is a fucking shit show.
There are some serious operations going on right now. You're lucky we're here at all.
And he holds his hand up. He's like, no. I'm sorry. I've been understaffed for this. I've been given some fucking shitty priorities from corporate, and the rest of my squad is just about to drop ship down. I can't believe this is happening. I'm worried. This is not good.
Can you tell us what's going on?
Information is scant. We can't find the mine manager. Gibson here has been doing his best. The mine extracts zinc and lead from below the surface. Some 250 men and women work here, with the rest of their families over at the domes, not so far out. They have been drilling down and tapping for a potential 7th level, sub-level 6 now being currently the lowest. A secondary shaft has dropped, and they've put in an exploration sub-level, and the synthetic goes, we like to call that the basement. You see Ishigara is like, doesn't matter. The sub-level has been leased to Weyland Yutani. They've been testing some proprietary drilling equipment down there, making an exploratory mine, making better mines, building better worlds. I don't know. Something during one of their exploratory drills has hit a gas pocket. There's a number of explosions. We think from initial reports from what Gibson and some of the triage we've been managed to do with the local medics, there's roughly 30 to 50 miners missing, 62 wounded topside. Most wounds range from broken bones, crushed limbs, and just many lacerations from the impact. Nobody from this basement or sub-level 6 has been recovered yet. I've got a hover tread in the workshop, but if you brought your wagon, then perhaps that might be better to get down. My hover tread is, well, seen better days. They say there's Marines down here. Do you know why? Are they gonna be prepared for this shit? Have we got?
Well, we were going to ask you the same question. Do you know why there's potentially Marines here?
Gibson stands forward and says, the U.S. Colonial Marines have been liaising with Weyland Yutani on the exploration of the drilling site at the basement.
Something smells fishy here.
Ishigara is like, I don't care how it smells. Compression suits. We need to save these lives before anybody gets worse.
Well, Ishigara, your first problem is those people out on the... You say you got a dropship coming in?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the rest of my medics are on the way. I've got 7 more.
Do you have a secondary drop site?
No, there's the drop pad here.
Okay, They are going to swarm that ship as soon as that ramp comes down. It's going to be a stampede. People are going to get hurt.
Do you want to provide crowd control, or do you want me to rally some of the folks our side?
With the sergeant's permission, I will try to do some crowd control, because otherwise it's going to get real messy.
Thanks, I appreciate it. Who do you want to send with him? Who's going to go with you?
Nah, it's fine.
You going to go by yourself?
Zim will be able to do it by himself. It's just a bit of crowd control. He's got his pulse rifle.
He's got a pulse rifle. All right. So Zim heads back out into the cold by himself. I can just hear people stamping on stairs. Give me one moment.
Actually, I'm going to take this quick chance to go get a drink because it's very hot.
Oh, no, your chance is gone. Oh.
You could go and get a drink if you want. While Zim is going to crowd control. What are you doing, Gordon? What are you doing, Cash?
Proprietary drilling equipment. What kind of kit is down there? Is there anything we need to worry about as an ongoing issue?
Gibson, he looks at you and he says, "I'm afraid I don't know. If I could tell you, I would. However, I cannot. They've been here for a number of months now. The minerals we mine from here are not particularly difficult to extract. I think they're not being." And he looks.
They're not being straight.
I don't think so. I wonder if there are other things they are testing.
And you said your manager said we're not welcome?
General Manager Mystery sent out the SOS signal and then left for the mine. Before she left, she told me not to let any more Colonial Marines on the mine.
Any more Marines?
Yes.
So they were here.
There are 8
at the
Marines
time.
here. We believe they are at the bottom.
One of them isn't called Crow, is it? Is he?
I did not get introduced to any of them,
I'm
unfortunately.
gonna get my money off that son of a bitch someday. Okay.
Oh.
Well, we better start. We got to find these missing miners. Can we get the APC in here, or are we going to take this hover sled?
I'm assuming there's ramps all the way down to the basement.
Yeah, there's a big spiral that should go all the way down, but nobody's gone down, and a lot of the surveillance in the main areas is gone, so they don't know where exactly the cave-in or the explosion, the damage it's done.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Can I go and wander over to the screens, the security? You said there were a bank of security
Yeah, the
screens.
surveillance screens,
Yeah.
sure. Yeah. So they're all a bit fritzy. They're not looking great. However, if you'd like to make some patches and do a little bit of Comtech,
I will try that. That's my shiz. Right, here we go. I haven't got any stress yet, have I?
Nope, no stress yet.
One success.
Excellent. So the majority of the screens look like hastily abandoned sections with rubble and equipment scattered around. One or two of them you can see fire burning, so that there's obviously some sort of oxygen going on there. But Ishigara leans over and goes, "That's both a good and a bad sign. That's eating up what oxygen is down there. That's not good."
Bad for any survivors still down there.
Mm-hmm. And then one of them, there's a moment where something goes past the camera, and then past again. And as you try and tidy up the feed, you can see that there is a miner. He's wearing his helmet, and he's got his compression suit all on, and he's pacing backwards and forwards in the corridor, in the space, backwards and forwards, and he's got he's got an axe or a crowbar, like a long pole or something in his hand as he paces backwards and forwards. Ishigara,
Why is it?
it's like, what is he doing? Why is he not?
Why is he pacing? What section?
What level's
is
he
that?
on?
What section is that?
It is, where is he? Bum, bum, bum. Oh, I need to scroll down even further.
I might say on the radio, Bust, when you've finished chatting up the locals, maybe you could bring the APC round to the entrance to the minehead.
Sure, no problem. I'll make that my next job. Also, still calling me boss. We got a sergeant with us.
Will do, boss.
It's the camera feed from sub-level 5. It's on sub-level 5. It is just outside the fire station that's down there.
Fire station.
Yeah.
Does it look like there's rubble blocking him from leaving that corridor, or he's just pacing up and down?
He's just pacing up and down in front of the surveillance.
Sure.
You can't see like there's
Is
any...
the surveillance point mounted above the door of the fire station?
So the fire station really is just like a recess in the corridor.
Okay,
It's
right.
recessed in, and it'll have
Yep.
like oxygen supply,
Yep.
fighting equipment, and then a med
Okay.
station, and then above
Right.
that is a camera.
Okay.
And you can just see him. He's like, if the camera is looking through the short, like to watch over the fire station, you can just see him going backwards
Goes past
and forwards.
and then past.
Yeah, and
Right.
you gather from watching him, he's fairly agitated. Like this is one of those. Yeah, he's got some.
He's waiting to hit someone with that stick.
Yeah, I was waiting to hit someone with this crowbar, pipe, axe, whatever.
So, Sarge, this guy doesn't look like he's too happy down there. I mean, there was just a huge explosion, so that might explain it. But he looks like he's got someone he wants to hit.
Well,
Maybe that's
can
our
try and
first
hit
stop.
A bunch of Marines armed with pulse rifles.
True.
Let's go and have a word.
Okay.
All right, Zim, you head out on the landing pad. Head out towards these people. As you're now walking up this way, you can see that one of the buildings close to the landing pad is called Mori Mori, and it's got like an Aspen beer logo on it in neon. This is the bar. This is the mine bar. And you can see that it has like a small sort of very kind of rudimentary air. It looks more like the drop plastic kind of thing that you push through. There'll be another door you'll push through, and that's basically how they're keeping the atmosphere in. There's like a bit of positive pressure kind of keeping this stuff going on. So you walk past that. You can see that there's a couple of people in there looking around, and then there's this gaggle of 20 odd people on the landing pad.
So Zim's kind of going to walk around the crowd to in front of the crowd, and he's just going to introduce himself. Hey, everybody. My name is Lance Corporal Zim, and we are here to alleviate you of this situation you find yourself in. But there is a drop pod coming in with medics, and I need them off the shuttle before you get on. So what we're going to do is we're going to form an orderly queue, and when it gets down, we'll let the medics off, and then you're all going to get to go on. If you try to rush, old Trusty here, well, she's good at what she does, okay? I'd rather not use that today. So we can all just be nice, just for a little while.
Make me either a command or a manipulation roll.
And come on, because I actually have something in that, so it might be. Hey, a success!
All right. So there's a bunch of folks who you can see that they're clearly grumbling on private channels with their compression suits, clearly grumbling and sulking, that kind of thing. And it takes maybe 10-15 minutes, and and you pat the rifle and that kind of stuff to encourage them. And they eventually, like, somebody says, look, this guy's going to shoot us if we don't stay. These Marines, they're all assholes. We should just head back to the bar, and when they come out, we'll get our chances. Come on, the union will buy us all a round of beers. And they look over at you, Zim, not with like respect, but like, fucking Marines sort of thing.
Yeah, Marine, and Zim's thinking in his head, this fucking Marine's here to save your life.
Yeah.
Assholes.
The guy who sort of tells everybody that the union will buy their beers and that kind of stuff, he comes up to you and he says, you need to keep a grip on the rest of your Marines. I don't care what you're doing down there. Beating up my union members is not a thing you should be doing. I'm going to report all of you to the Colonial Marshals. I'm going to make sure civil suits are filed against all of you. Those Marines are going to get arrested.
So, first off, the polite thing to do would be to introduce yourself before you start throwing abuse at me. What's your name?
He looks at you. What's your name?
I introduced myself. I'm Lance Corporal Zim. What's your name?
You can't because he's in a compression suit. If he wasn't in a compression suit, he'd be writing that down. He says, my name is Sokolov. I am the leader of the Miners' Union for this moon. I don't think you should be treating civilians the way you do. It's
No, and I would absolutely agree that no Marine should be hurting a civilian. What Marines have hurt the civilians? Because I can tell you now, it's not my fire team that I'm here with now. We've only just got here. So who's hurt you?
2 Marines, 2 soldiers. They're in the special ops stuff, like with the Weyland people. They beat up a couple of my my union lads.
They're not. I can tell you now, they are not Colonial Marines, sir.
Well,
First off, we have responded to an SOS, and we are here to evacuate you from this planet.
So
you called us assholes, but this asshole's here to save you.
And he reaches over and he like pokes, the US Marine badge. He goes, they were Marines like you. You need to get your men in order.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to take your grievance personally. And when I find these Marines, I'm going to ask them what they did to you. Because I will not stand for Marines hurting civilians.
And he says, yeah, you shouldn't. And
no, they shouldn't.
And he walks, he sort of heads back to the Mori, the bar.
And as he's leaving, I go, I appreciate your help with the crowd, though.
And he's like, yeah. And you can see he's not convinced, but he's also like, maybe these Marines are different than the ones that beat up my Union boys. But also, it's probably because my Union boys were trying to beat them up. Let's not mention that.
Yeah, I fully imagine that there was probably a little bit of to and fro. But either way, Marines should be a little bit more professional.
Yeah.
So, but Zim's going to go back inside now and reconvene with the team and actually just inform them there's a Weyland Yutani guy here somewhere.
Bring the APC round.
Yeah, what I'll do is I'll get in the AP. Zim will get in the APC and then drive the APC into
the mining.
Yeah.
All right.
To rendezvous with the squad. Okay, mining vehicles in, APC's in.
Yep. You can, as you're leaving, you see like the plume of the dropship breaking atmosphere. Do you wait for it to land? And
yeah, I probably wait for it to land to make sure no, so people can still see me as well on there. So I'm still watching.
Okay.
Bring the turret up on top just to scare people.
That kind of stuff. Okay. So when this lands, you see it sort of touch down, and there's 7 compression suits head out. You wave them over. You open the side of the APC and like give them a wave.
Yep.
Yeah. a couple of them wave at you, and as they get close, you see that there's one of them. He puts his hand on the shoulder of one of the other medics, points at Mori, and there's a conversation. You make a observation roll.
Yes, I can. Oh, dropped a dice on the floor.
Doesn't count.
One success.
One success. I mean, it's hard to tell, but you're reasonably certain. This guy who was now pointing at Mori, there's just a glimpse. Remember when General Vaughn was on the Tamb, and she was talking with the corp guy that you hate, and there was one of her Marines next to her, and you're fairly sure. I mean, he could be his brother, but the jaw and the just the profile of this guy as he's pointing, you're fairly sure it's that Marine is. Well, that man is a Marine, and you've seen him with General Vaughn.
At that point, Zim is now going to get out of the APC and walk towards them.
Yeah. So they're like, hey, all right, and they've got like cases of medical equipment. This guy like pats the other dude on the shoulder. He looks at you, looks at the thing, and begins to like trot off to Mori with a med kit. There's a slung over his shoulder. They all move forwards. They all kind of like, oh, it's so good. We didn't really want to have to hump all this stuff down to the mining shaft. Thanks for meeting us. And the guy puts his hand out and he's like, I don't know. He doesn't have a name in the book, but he puts his hand out. And he's like, John, nice to meet you. This is, and he lists a couple of names, and they sort of have boxes and that kind of stuff. He's like, what's the sit rep? Corporal? Lance Corporal. What's a sit rep?
Lance Corporal Zim, and you can get a sit rep inside when I get you inside from the people who have been looking at the situation. Who was that man you were just with?
He looks at him and he goes, where is he? That's just Jack. He's fairly new. He's actually quite a good med tech. He's just going to go down. We were told that they've got a bunch of folks triaging in the bar.
Well, they're triaging now. Is this dropship due to take some of them off, or is this going back to the Hella?
Yeah. Once he's finished triaging, they'll take the first wave up. But we're assigned to come down the mine.
Okay. Well, you start loading up. I'm going to go have a conversation with that gentleman. Just because there's a volatile situation that there appears to have been some
should we just wait here with the APC?
Yeah, get you start loading your gear up, and I open the back door up for them so they can start like loading all their stuff in.
Yeah, it takes like this is stuff they could walk off a Cheyenne with.
Yeah, but that's fine. I've just done it and I've like walked off to basically like signal them to load up.
So they like put it in and they're immediately just like.
But I'm going to walk into Mori.
Yeah, so you have to jog a bit to kind of catch up with this dude. Right, okay.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, this could go horribly wrong.
All right, when you get there, the place is fairly busy. Where are we? Lots of folks are like, this is the one that told us to come inside. The dropship's down now. Like, I should be on first. I should be there. Like that kind of stuff. It's all a bit like, and the guy, the union boss, Sokolov, he's like, he stood on a table. He's like, calm down. The dropship will triage everybody. We know you've got people in the domes in the settlement. Just calm down, folks. Those who can grab a drink, get a drink. We won't be carding anybody today. Don't worry about it. It's all on the union. Just calm down, kind of thing. And there's all kinds of chaos and stuff going on. And you initially get in there. You saw the guy go through the airlock. You saw him get in ahead of you. but he's not like stood with the Union boss or around or anything.
So I can't see him at all.
Do you want to make a
An observation
check?
2 successes.
All right. So you see him across the bar. He's looking like he's at one of the further like the. It's either the bathrooms, the way to the offices, or maybe just a fire exit or something. He's on the other side of the room. What you do notice, though, from the other side of the bar with your second success, one of the miners that's in the suit, just slams his fist on the tables. The table spins, and then he stands up and lamps someone. Like a fight breaks down on the other side of the room. And this guy is heading out one of the fire exits.
Oh, damn. So as they all start fighting, I draw my pistol and fire it into the air.
All right. Bang. All right, take a stress.
Yeah.
As everybody screams. This dude who smashed the table, broke it down, he doesn't. And like as everybody drops, this dude stands there. And he
I automatically reholster. I automatically reholster my pistol.
All right.
So you should calm down.
Let me see.
Hand-to-hand combat.
He's probably gonna be some massive butch guy, and I'm just like, oh no.
I think
He's a womb tank miner.
where is it? Is there no appendix in this one? Hang on.
I'm sorry if I walked us into a situation you weren't prepared for.
No, I am prepared for it. But the thing is, I know the stats for this guy are in one of the other books, so I didn't open that page because I was just like, oh, it must be in the appendix of this one as well. It's not. So I'm just going to open one of the book really quickly. RPGs, Alien.
It was 16% on our community goal of 1 million Garblag Groats to do a Flint and Steel one-shot.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah. I've been having thoughts about what that might be.
All right.
Let's make it happen, people.
Okay. So this dude, you fire it, you holster it, and you look at him, and as you look at him, he is quick for such a big guy, and he gets up close. He's within short range, and I would like you to make a wit roll. The attribute only, not the skill.
Okay. That's not ideal. Hey, I got a success though.
All right, cool.
Running well.
So as you look at him, there's something incredibly intimidating about this dude. As he gets up close, he stares you down. He looks at you. You feel like if you weren't a fully trained Marine, you probably would either have fled or just like been stunned. But he looks at you, and as you look at him, you can see he has like black veins around the edge of his eyes, and his neck, where his things, so like around here, around his neck, and he looks at you, and he's going to lunge for you. So I'm going to get some initiative cards out.
Oh. You kept your compression suit on, right, Zim?
I did, yes. Oh dear.
Yeah.
Where's Gordon when you need him? There's a whole room of civilians we need massacred. Come on.
I'm stood with my hands on my rifle, waiting for an order and not doing anything.
Don't touch nothing.
We're just all casually strolling over to the APC while this is all kicking off.
Yeah.
Nothing.
So, 9 for Zim.
Oh, always a 9. That's 2 weeks in a row. I've got 9.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah,
You know she's cheating, right?
Yeah.
He gets a 10,
Oh.
but
And
he gets an 8.
oh,
He has a speed of 2.
he's got 2 actions.
Yeah.
2. Oh dear.
I think Zim might bite the bullet at the moment.
All right. So he squares up to you. Let's see. What has he got here?
Do it, Millie. Go on.
He squares up to you, and I get to roll a d6.
Are there any GM rerolls in the bank at the moment?
I've got one, and I think I might need
Oh,
it.
oh, what's happened? You rolled a 6.
I rolled a 6. All right.
Oh.
All right.
Excellent.
So he squares up to you. But you have your compression suit on, don't you?
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Still armored up.
He squares up to you. He gets real close, and he does, and he just vomits, and it's just like a geyser of black goo.
Can I try to dodge that?
It just no. It just
Does he like do the retch motion, and that kind of gives me the idea of trying to dodge
It's like on
it?
the alien table where you just roll
You
an
just roll a
effect
di-
for
yeah,
what they
so-
do.
Yeah,
so-
fair enough.
you're in a
A
hazmat suit.
prediction has started.
Yeah, the hazmat suit just covers just black goo all over it. And you look at him and he like twitches a bit, and then he lunges for you. He twitches a bit. He wipes his fist as he does this. You see that his arm, like he's taken his helmet off. He's got most of his compression suit, but there is a 2-inch gap between where his glove is and where his sleeve ends. Like there's a big old
Stretchy arm.
with his arms of obviously, and then he's gonna he lunges for you.
It's nice knowing you guys.
Beat down. The freak leaps onto the victim like a gorilla. 8 base dice. 2, 6.
That sounds nasty.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He's got armor on and stuff, right?
Yeah, he's
he's
got
got
armor
his
5.
Fine, he'll be fine.
Yeah.
I've only got 3 hit points.
You've only got 3 hit points.
Have I been given any rerolls? No.
I don't
No.
know.
We're not allowed to stall for rerolls. Not allowed to stall for rerolls.
No, I was just checking.
She hasn't rolled yet. She hasn't rolled
No,
yet.
I have. If I've
Oh, okay.
previously been given a reroll, I will use it, but I don't think
yeah.
I have. Chat, you done me wrong.
Thank you, Jack. I appreciate it.
Zim has a reroll though.
Zim has a
Oh,
reroll. Next,
Oh, there you go. GM reroll.
next time. I can't use it now.
Get
That was,
fracked.
that
No,
was
you
the
can't.
rules.
No, you can't. That is the rules.
All right, so he gets 1 success. So you need to make an armor roll and get at least 1 success to negate this.
Is he unarmed?
He's doing it unarmed. Yes, he's just doing it with his fist.
Doesn't that mean I get double armor against unarmed? Isn't there a special thing if they're actually physically unarmed? That's why you need to carry a combat knife to make
He
sure.
might be like reinforced by horrible stuff that makes him
Yeah.
like natural weapons. I think. I don't think it counts.
Well, I got 2 successes on my armor anyway.
All right,
so
okay. So
I'm golden.
So he with it, and it is a big old bash, a big old stroke, like hit. But you withstand it, and it's your go.
Okay, so I can do a slow action and a fast action, can't I?
Yep.
So, yeah, obviously you're gonna obviously put a little bit. Obviously he's hit me, so I'll probably move backwards with the hit, force of the hit.
Yeah, and probably you don't want to stand in this black goo that's now all over the floor.
No, so I've continued to let that momentum sort of move me backwards, and as I'm moving backwards, I'm shouting "Contaminant! Contaminant!" and I've lifted my pulse rifle up,
Okay.
and I'm gonna give him a quick sharp shot.
All right.
I'm not aiming to kill because we're minimizing civilian casualties, but he is contaminated and he has just attacked a marine.
Was that through your comms or was that just a shout?
Just a shout, like
Okay.
however the suit shouts out loud
Yeah,
to
have some
everybody.
sort of speaker.
Because I'm
Yeah.
basically also trying to tell all these civilians if they've taken their helmets and stuff off to put them back on. but all I can
Too
shout
late.
is contaminant. Yeah,
Too late.
The bar is now in chaos.
Can you see out your suit? Can you actually see?
You can part of your wipe your face. I don't think you'll be. It is all over your gloves, all over the front of your suit. This
Cool.
sticky black vomit.
Cool. Anyway,
Give Gordon a hug when you get back.
on my 7 dice,
Yeah.
I got 4 successes with my assault. Oh, I get bonus dice, don't I, as well, for having a pulse rifle?
Yeah.
You're not going full auto.
I
No,
thought
I'm
you
not
were
going
trying to
full
kill him.
No, I wasn't trying to kill him.
And your stress dice.
Oh, yes, I've got a stress dice as well. Sorry, let me roll that as well. Thank you for reminding me. No, unfortunately, that does not give me an extra success, and it doesn't panic either. So yeah, so 4 successes.
1, 2.
So I'm actually not going to use it for additional damage. I'm going
Okay.
to use it to do an aim shot and take his left kneecap.
You're going to try and shoot his knee out.
Yeah, I'm trying to shoot his knee out so he can't move, and I'm basically trying to. So I'm making it look cool, bang, and taking his knee, and then and using the sort of the extra just to put a little bit more distance between me,
Very nice.
and shouting orders, "Stay down, stay down!"
I might be getting confused here. Let me just. Does it have a crit range on your weapon?
A crit range.
Am I getting confused with?
I don't have. It can go up to long range, and that's all I know.
No, sorry.
Armor piercing and full auto, but
No, it doesn't have a crit.
Doesn't
thing.
have a crit thing. I'm
No.
I'm Coriolising. Sorry.
Yeah.
oh yeah, as in I can activate. Oh yeah, that's Coriolis.
Yeah, it's Coriolis. Sorry. All right. So you shoot. You hear like bone and muscle crack. This dude howls, and it is unlike any like human scream. It's almost feral, almost
Bestial.
Yeah, it is not normal.
So he would have taken 2 damage at armor piercing because I didn't add anything to damage. Like I said, he is a
it's
civilian.
AP. All right, so
Yes.
that will halve his armor. He did make.
Yeah.
You didn't get any on his armor roll. He doesn't have that big amount of
Yeah.
armor. But yeah, his leg is in shreds. You see him sort of stagger a bit. Let's see.
Oh, and actually to represent that, I will use one of my extras to knock out one of his actions.
All
I
right.
remembered you can do that in Alien.
All right, so we're gonna so he staggers, he drops to one knee, which means he spends his first initiative sort of pushing himself back up. His leg, you see, is like he's not using it. It is he's dragging it along, but he's gonna use his other action to try and murder you.
So does he do both his actions at the same time? Oh, because
He
he's
does one
initiative
after
10
another.
and initiative
2
8,
rounds.
isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course he has. Yeah.
So,
Sarge, I hear they got a bar here. Maybe we get a beer at the end of this mission.
Only if
Okay.
there's time.
all right, so
Only if
he
there's time.
he drags himself towards you, reaches his hands out to the front of your helmet. The attack is called Eye Gouge. I rolled a 3 for those who are interested. Grabs the front of your helmet, and you can hear him trying to break it, trying to crush the compression helmet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 4, 6, 7. Right.
I think it's full auto now, isn't it?
Yeah, I've tried to be nice.
Right. I am now using that reroll. I got no successes.
No, you don't need to be
Fuck,
right.
You have Ben to thank for the reroll.
Damn you,
All
Ben.
right, no, still no successes. So you stood there. He's right up in front of you. You can hear like the tension in your suit and the helmet, like the crunching noise. And it's you. What are you doing?
So if he's failed, can I break away again, or am I trapped?
Well, we could make an opposed kind of his strength versus you for.
I've got a feeling his strength is going to be considerably higher than mine.
Yeah, you can. I think it's a mobility roll to get out of it.
No, instead, because obviously I'm in this position, I'm going to pull my combat knife out, which is mounted in my wrist.
Yeah.
And jam it up underneath his.
Stab him.
Yeah, stab him right up underneath his thing.
All right.
Ben gave you another reroll, Millie.
Oh, thanks, Ben.
Ben, go away!
And you've got one, though, Tim, so...
You've got one, yeah.
Okay. Oh, and I get a panic key die thingy as well. Okay, so I've panicked. I've rolled a panic.
Yeah.
Does that mean I can't re-roll any of my other dice?
You can't re-roll with a face hugger.
Yeah.
And if
Okay.
your panic roll is 10 or more, whatever you're trying to do automatically fails.
Okay, well, I got 2 successes. I was just going to re-roll the other 3 to try and get some more damage through.
Can't push, no.
No, that's fine. In which case, I can't physically fail my stress test because I'd need to roll. Oh no, I could, couldn't I? 'Cause I
You
rolled
get a 7, yeah.
No, I rolled a 2, so
Alright.
3 in total. And he's taken 2 damage plus whatever else gets added to close combat. If anything gets added else.
Let's have a look at close combat stunts quickly. No, wrong book. Click. Wrong book.
Normally in Alien, you don't ever use close combat because you don't want to be in close combat.
I think it's 1 damage, isn't it? And you've got 1 extra success, so it's 2 points damage, is it?
Yeah, I wasn't sure if like strength got added to it or anything.
No, it doesn't do anything like that.
No, okay, then it's just 2 damage.
Yeah.
Underneath, I've jammed it through underneath the soft bit here.
Yeah, so retreat is here on this page as well. If you want to retreat from this engaged, you need to make a mobility roll. If you fail it, they get a free swipe at you.
Yeah. So I've just jammed this up in his face. I'm hoping that kind of forces him to let go of me, maybe.
All right. So let's see.
How many people in the bar are covered in black stuff?
Just Zim at the minute.
Oh, okay.
Just Zim.
He hasn't like fountained
Or
everywhere.
Zim.
Yeah, just Zim's compression suit that he's trying to stuff. All right, so we lunge from. You can feel like it go in, like it goes in his neck under his jaw, and as you wrench out, more of this black stuff comes out, and it just like this guy like shouldn't still be going. Like,
No, I went for the jugular.
Yeah.
Like, it was going. It should be a killing blow.
Yeah, and so you did 3, and yeah, and he's still like he gets an armor roll, and but he doesn't pass. So, but he's still like blood is this black goo is pouring out of him. You can see bits of his
Oh
skin.
god, he's taken 5 damage. He's taken 5 damage. He's still standing.
Yeah, and it just seems to make him more pissed.
Excellent. So combat would be my slow action.
Yeah, you can try and make the mobility roll as a fast action.
Yeah, I will try to do that purely because I'm trying to get out of engage with him because he's going to try and crush my head again.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be that and that. 2 successes and no panic this time.
No panic. All right, and you as he's roaring, you like the stroke up, you break the thing and you back off from him. And you move yourself into short range across the bar, and you can see like people are fleeing out the door. Other people are at the wall. Somebody's looking at the person he like hit, who is out for the count on the floor over at the table and that kind of stuff. And then we'll roll a d6 and see what this dude does. Okay. So
Stop it!
he does. I rolled a 5, which is bear hug.
Oh god, no!
So he staggers, crawls, moving like if these shouldn't be functioning like this. Gets up to you. Roll for an attack using 8 base dice. 2, 3, 4, 5. 6.
I was only gone for 2 minutes. What did you do?
Bear hug.
Jesus.
Oh, that's 3 successes.
Okay, here we go. Armor. Come on, armor. Okay, I've got 1 success so far, so can I use my reroll to reroll the other dice and keep my
So any
success?
skills you can reroll.
Yeah, you can't.
Then
You
in
have
which
to
case,
push.
I
No, you
can't push with
you
armor.
Can't
an
push on your
Well, I
armor.
can't use a
Okay.
chat reroll to reroll my armor roll. Okay,
No,
fair
no,
enough.
no.
Then I only get 1 success.
All right, so he does 2 damage. If the attack causes damage, it automatically inflicts critical injury 56.
Which is
I know Simon normally has my critical injuries for me.
Critical injury 56, cracked spine, paralysed from the neck down. If not given medical aid in time, the effect is permanent, 3d6 days.
All right,
Oh,
And
you
you
gotta
must-
get medical attention.
Oh, if only
might
we had
need
a
to
medic
tell you-
nearby.
So all the medics in the APC have basically just seen this line go beep on
so you have a
on
cracked
Jim's suit.
cracked spine, and you must make an immediate panic roll.
No shit.
I can't panic.
You take a stress, don't you? From if you get a critical.
If you get a critical, you take a stress, and you must meet.
Jesus Christ! I don't know how I could.
Paralyzed. It's just
No, I rolled a 1. I'm absolutely fine. Zim is hard.
He's now got a broken back.
Do you think you might want some aid? Do you think you might want some?
Do you think you might want to use your radio to say?
I can't push
Help,
the button
help,
on my radio. I'm just like,
No,
You don't need to push the button.
you don't need to push the button. It's come on.
No.
Zim
just like is.
Maybe
dear.
the people running out. Maybe we can make some observation rolls to see the people
Right,
running out the pub.
no. So this is what
taking
happens.
what's taking Zim so long?
This is what happens. Like the synthetic, he looks and he says, "I don't understand. Somebody at Mori Mori has pressed the panic alarm. What could be going on down there?
What's Mori Mori?
Mori Mori is our bar.
Let's go.
It's where we've been using it as a muster point for triage.
Oh, Zim's probably inside a riot or something.
I'll get on my comm.
Right,
Zim,
let's go.
Zim, come in. Over.
You're
Zim, coming over.
It's from the neck down. It's not.
He's hurt though, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, most humans would not survive a broken neck. The fact that Zim is even still alive and not actually got a broken thing yet.
It's a cracked spine. It's not a broken neck. It's a cracked spine.
Who's got
Yeah, but
the
I'm
display that
paralysed.
shows you people's breathing and heart rate and all that?
That's
It's
in the
in the
back of
That's
APC.
in the APC.
All right,
Yeah,
so
it's
all
in
the
the
medics
APC.
are going spare.
I'm running down there. I've got my rifle with the underslung incinerator strapped onto it.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
I'm gonna get on. I'll get on.
Zim's my buddy.
I'll get on team-wide comms and say, Zim's not coming back on his radio.
Okay.
Yeah.
what
Cash
do you
is
want me to
already
do?
I'm
down
going,
the
I'm
stairs
going.
and on the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you want me to do, Sarge?
Let's
Give
get
me
out
an
there
order.
and find out what the hell's going on.
So you took 2 damage. You got the critical injury. It continues the bear hug. That's its other go. So while they're going to arrive, it's going to continue the bear hug.
I'm lifeless.
Jesus.
But it doesn't crush you any more than it can. I didn't get any. It's just and people around the bar are screaming and shouting.
Shouting, get a room.
Yeah. There is maybe a moment where someone tries to hit this guy with a chair, and it just like shatters on his back, like ineffective. It continues trying to squeeze, and Zim is just like, ugh! And as we, as Cash like barrels through the door, you see this guy. Zim is covered in like black ichor everywhere. He's crushing Zim. Zim's feet aren't kicking or moving, so Zim is either dead or unconscious, or as we know, paralyzed. What do you do, Cash?
I'm fucking stunned, and I've get my gun out, and I'm
Take a panic. Take a stress.
I gotta. Is he clearly like some sort of weird abomination covered in black goo?
So
or
you
do
can
I,
see.
for a moment, do I think it's a civilian? And if I pop him in the head, then I might get in trouble.
You can clearly see like black, like his neck. Zim's maybe even
Okay.
Zim's knife is still in there or something.
Okay,
No.
I gotta shoot him in. I gotta shoot it in the head.
All right,
But I'm just gonna shoot it. But you know,
you're aiming for the head.
well, I'm not aiming for the head because that'll make me miss. I'm just gonna try and shoot the creature.
Are they? So they both hug. So the bear guy, the guy, they're hugging each other, aren't they?
They're not. No, it's not a nice embrace. Zim's arms are pinned to his side as this thing has these arms like.
Yeah, and I'll just like
around
get
him.
as close as I can.
Yes,
and
if
be
you
like,
use a flamethrower, you're gonna hit both of them.
I'm not gonna flamethrow him. Don't worry. I'm not.
Nah, that wasn't that you.
I'm not Gordon. Right. What have we got? 2 range combat, 3 agility, 1 stress. There we go.
And then 1 for the pulse rifle as well.
1 for the pulse rifle. Thank you. Okay, and I have a reroll.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I
Chat's
got
like grenade.
I got 1 success.
Uh huh.
Can I use my reroll on the dice that didn't succeed?
No, we
Or do I have
talked
to
about this.
reroll the whole
We,
thing?
we,
Oh
you
yeah, I
go-
have to reroll the whole thing, but I can push.
You could push
the
up
ones
your
that are there.
stress.
Yeah,
and
so
reroll
take
the
another
other stuff.
stress. I'm going to push because I'm pretty stressed and I want to nail this dude.
Mm-hmm.
And
So
save
I
your
have to
body.
roll the extra stress die now, don't I?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It's all right. 3 successes in total.
All right.
All damage.
All damage. AP
Yeah,
rounds.
just like-
You could make him drop something.
Oh yeah, actually, yeah. I'll get him. I'll use one to make him like go prone or whatever it is.
I rolled 3 ones.
Awesome.
3
Definitely
ones.
dead then.
So he doesn't negate anything with his armor. In fact, I rolled too many dice because
Eat this.
you've got armor piercing, which means I would only rolled 1 because he has 3 armor.
Okay.
Armor piercing
Yep.
halves it. I'd still only roll 1. They were all 1s anyway, so it doesn't matter. But just so we know, I
A future
remembered the
reference.
rules. I remember the rules this time. So how much damage do you do with the pulse rifle normally? Is it 3?
2,
It's
it's 2, and then
It's 2.
he's
So-
passing 2.
Well, no, I'm going
got-
to do 3 damage and the pushing back or knocking down, whichever. Whatever that is.
Ranged combat, resolution.
Here we go.
Your target drops a weapon or
Drops-
another
or-
handheld object. You choose which. Your opponent falls to the ground or is pushed back, for example, through an airlock.
That one. I'm going to push it back,
Okay.
like behind the bar, almost like so it's away
so
from
it's
the
a
people.
bunch of like. You didn't panic, so you didn't empty your clip or anything like that.
No, didn't panic.
Handheld
It's
object.
a short control burst.
Handheld object is Zim. So he staggers back a bit. He looks at it. Zim sort of slumps to the floor, unmoving. It sort of staggers back a little bit.
Is it not dead?
No.
Shit.
And then you see it sort of like head towards. There is an open door at the back of the bar for some reason, and it heads out that way.
Okay, well, I ineffectually, but I will stand over Zim and I will fire at it.
Yeah.
Like, just like as it's.
Yeah.
I'm just protecting the boss.
Gabriel and Gordon, you were swift behind, weren't you?
Yep.
Yeah.
Gordon, get the fuck after that thing, and I'm going to render medical aid to Zim.
All right, so Gordon, you're gonna head out. So here's the problem. Zim is covered
What
in this
the fuck?
black goo. So she's gonna raise your stress level. And you
My
wanna-
stress level.
Yeah.
Am I still allowed to talk?
Yeah.
Don't touch the black shit. Don't touch it. It came out of it.
Are they drilling oil down there?
Contamination. And then Zim faints. He's obviously in a lot of pain.
Yeah. So, in order to give proper medical aid to Zim, you need to get him out the suit.
This is where I leave the room.
There is Atmo in this room. So, are you gonna wait, hose him down, delay the medical aid before you can release the contaminant? You're gonna pop his
Can I do
suit.
a check to actually find out what's wrong with him first?
Yeah, you can make a medical aid check. Yeah.
Sorry, do you want me to go with Gordon?
Yes.
I'm gone.
All right. Gordon and Cash run away. We'll deal with this. We'll end for this evening, and next week we'll find out what Gordon and Cash are up to. Yeah. You should clean it off with fire.
I'm in armor.
Thanks,
That's
Beowulf.
3 6s.
2 6s. Looking at
6s.
3. Oh, critical success. If we were playing Coriolis. We're not playing Coriolis. Still 3 successes. Right, so you look over Zim. You realize his suit is completely intact. He hasn't had it breached, you don't think. You can see that there's stress fractures and stuff around his head. Most of this looks like it hit him in the face, and you've seen projectile vomiting when you've had like some sort of space illness, like Mongolian space flu or something. And you know when it hits the visor because someone's projectile vomiting, it looks like that. The way Zim can still talk, is still alive, and has just passed out from pain, you think he's had his spine or something similar cracked. It's definitely not a broken neck. If you can get him proper medical care in the next couple of days, he should be fine.
Is there anything I can do right now that can get him combat able?
I don't think so.
In which case, he's staying in the suit.
Okay. You're going to need one of the stretchers, and that triaging folks were going to do was probably best to include Zim on the exfiltration to the Hella.
Okay.
We should probably tell no one else to enter that building.
All right. So as Sergeant Gabriel contacts the medical team, like
Technically not dead.
technically not dead. You come back later.
Just out of action.
I mean, does that mean I don't get experience points for not taking part in the session now?
Yeah, you do. You have.
No. What happens is that you're going to get a facehugger on you.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. Duct tape him in a power loader, says World Builder. Thanks.
Yeah, I blame World Builder for this.
It's all World Builder's fault.
Worked for
with the
Drummer in
robot.
Expanse. But that is all we've got time. We went over a little bit later than I anticipated because we're having a fight in a bar. We'll find out what Cash and Gordon are up to as this thing fled, and we will work out what...
Kill it with fire.
Kill it with fire. We'll work out what Dan can do whilst Corporal Zim is being healed. Maybe you could be a synthetic. You could be the robot for a week.
You could be the android guy.
You could be
I'll be Gibson.
Yeah, Gibson's coming with us.
You could be a
You'd be the
Shigara.
pilot.
You could be a Shigara. Or you could spend the ship. I would just making pilot and rolls, just ferrying people up to the Hella.
An enthusiastic miner who comes with us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
sure.
you could be a
Literally a
corporate.
miner.
You could be a corporate dude or a synthetic. We'll think about it.
We'll talk about between sesh.
We'll talk about between sessions. Thank you very much.
Can't believe Zim got done.
Welcome to my world, mate.
I
He'll be
can't
back.
believe Zim ran into a room on his own and left the rest of his squad behind.
It's not his squad. It's Gabriel's.
Not my squad anymore.
My
I got
Gabriel.
demoted.
My Gabriel.
Yeah.
Jesus.
No real sea chicken. No 12-hour alien streams. No. That would be exhausting.
Maybe
I gotta go to bed.
maybe they'll have to use your medal and to make an insert into your spine to
Anyway, thank you very much for joining us tonight.
Night.
It has been a blast. What day is it? On Thursday? Tomorrow we have Dune, The Adventures of House Dargush, as we land on Arrakis. Come and join us from 9 p.m. BST. If you've missed any part of this session, you want to catch up on House Dargush, what we did last week, or the character creation, you want to see what happened to Ranger, the best place to do that is on the YouTubes where everything has been uploaded. And if you are watching this on YouTube, come and say hello on Twitch. We stream Monday to Friday from roughly 8 p.m. BST, although some nights you can catch it a little bit later at 9 p.m. BST. Say hi, and then on Tuesdays, if you're in America, you can watch a regular time. If you're in North America, a regular time for Spectaculars.
Yeah.
Come and join us on the Discord, where we have more information about all the individual shows and a wonderful community of over 400 folks. We had a wonderful chat about history today. It was really good. It was a wonderful chat about history. It's nice. But yeah, thank you very much for joining us. Thank you very much for my players. You've been great. I'm having immense amount of fun.
That was awesome.
It was.
Yeah.
Thank you, Millie.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see who's rendered incapable of action next week.
I can't believe that happened.
But bye-bye, guys. See you later.